It is your feel-good breakfast show. Good morning to it. Good morning to each and every one of you tuned in this morning. We are looking forward to spending 3 whole hours with you as we kickstart this week on a very good note. Now, it's been quite the eventful weekend as well, from the SAFTAs to the Rugby World Cup. We're going to bring all of that action. We have the honor of chatting to some of the winners this morning. Craig Urbani wins SAFTA for the Best Supporting Actor. Sihle Hlope wins SAFTA for Best Achievement in Directing and Close to Home. Oh, we are so proud to announce that one of Cordova's shows, Tropica Island of Treasure, has won for Best Competition Reality Show. Man, that makes our hearts smile this morning. We are so happy. And then, of course, what's an award show without a red carpet? Fashion wins and fails. Yep, the man who has an opinion about pretty much everything, Shiraz Reddy, is going to give us the lowdown on this and a whole lot more on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Stick around with us. We're looking forward to spend some time with you. Let's start that conversation right now on social media. Graham, you handsome bugger, good morning.
Oh, look at you, man. Thank you so much for that start. I am energized, my brother, and there are many reasons. Yes, the SAFTAs, some big ones there. Congratulations to Kat and the amazing team from Tropica. I know we've got a lot of our crew worked, I think, blood, sweat and tears on that production to make it one of the best, and it really was the all-star audition. So congratulations to the family there. But from SAFTAs to the rugby to maybe a little bit of football. Yes, Spurs got one over on Liverpool, I think, for the first time in about 30 years. What is your highlight from this weekend? You can see I was preemptively partying already. We want to see it. We want to feel it. We want to share in those moments. Send us pics, send us videos, send us voice notes. We'd love to stay connected with you after what was the most incredible and, yes, very emotional weekend. So let it all out. We want the highs, we want the lows. 063-408-8863. That's the line to stay connected with us for the next 3 hours. And of course, you can use all of our socials. The conversation's already started there. So let's give you a few more conversation starters, and then we'll touch on those sporting headlines and get into our all-important weather. Ewan's kicking us off with the news.
Thank you so much, Graham. 2 minutes past 6 o'clock on this beautiful Monday morning. Starting off with your national news. Several roads will be closed in Cape Town today, and that's due to a planned march by the EFF, but taxis will operate as normal. The party has called for a shutdown in the Western Cape about a number of issues, including unjust taxi impoundments. Meanwhile, the ANC and Santaco briefed the media yesterday on their decision to withdraw from the protest, saying the march was intended to be a multi-party one against the unlawful impoundment of taxis and not a shutdown led by one political party. They are opposed to any form of shutdown. And Rand Water says it will implement water shifting as a management tool to balance its strained systems in Gauteng. Now, the Minister of Water and Sanitation, Senzo Mchunu, has advised the bulk water supplier Rand Water to introduce water redirecting in Gauteng as a temporary measure to solve the water problems in the area. Now, water shifting is redirecting water flow from areas with lower consumption to communities affected by outages and shortages. Now, in practice, this means that water is turned off in one part of the service system to supply another area. Then over to international news headlines this morning. The Senegalese Navy said yesterday it had stopped 2 more boats carrying 262 would-be migrants, taking the total to 5 boats intercepted and some 600 people rescued by a Navy patrol boat since Thursday. Now, those rescued included 26 women and 13 minors. The successive rescues come during the busy summer season when thousands of migrants brave the hundreds of kilometers of ocean separating Africa from Europe each year in a desperate search for a better life. And a ban on some single-use plastic products came into force across England yesterday. Now, shops and hospitality businesses will no longer be able to supply plastic cutlery, balloon sticks and polystyrene cups under the new rules. Now, the government says the move will tackle the scourge of litter and protect the environment from plastic pollution. Some 1.1 billion single-use plates and more than 4 billion pieces of plastic cutlery are used in England every year. Now, the vast majority of these products cannot be recycled and can take centuries to biodegrade in landfill sites. And we're going to end with this story. As if being a world-famous rock musician isn't enough, 76-year-old Queen guitarist Brian May, who's also an astrophysicist, recently helped NASA return its first-ever asteroid sample to Earth. The sample was collected from the 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid Bennu by the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft 7 years after it was launched. Now, after collecting the sample, it returned earthwards to above the U.S. state of Utah, where it dropped the sample. Dr. May played a very crucial role in creating stereoscopic images from the spacecraft's data to locate a safe site where the precious sample could be dropped. Now, Brian, who wrote the massive hit We Will Rock You, has indeed once again rocked the rock, or is it the meteor? We're not sure, but we love this story. Well done, Mr. Brian May. And that's your news headlines for the 6 o'clock bulletin. We'll be back at 7 o'clock with another round. Right now, let's jump into those sports.
Well, no frogs in the throat needed for this one. The Springboks absolutely dominating this morning. Well done. They secured an emphatic 49-18 victory against an unbelievably physical Tonga side, solidifying their quarterfinal aspirations. So despite Tonga's very spirited start, I think gave the Boks a shock. They assumed command, notching tries through Kobus Reinach, Kanan Moody, Dion Fourie, Jesse Creel, a stand-in pretty early on in the match, and then Billy Leroux, Marco van Staden, and Kwagga Smith, who was brilliant as a run-on as well. And Tonga did fight back with 3 tries of their own, but the Boks prevailed, cheered on by a Tonga-leaning crowd of some 60,387. Beautiful atmosphere there as well. So the 31-point win, along with a bonus point, places the Springboks now in prime position for the quarterfinals, of course. Then Scotland or Ireland must overcome a significant point differential in their matchup to advance ahead of the Boks. Then some major results in football as well, as Wolverhampton Wanderers stunned champions Man City with a 2-1 home victory, ending City's perfect start to the English Premier League season. So Ruben Diaz's own goal gave Wolves an early lead, but Julian Alvarez equalised with a free kick, while Huang Hee-chan then scored the winner for Wolves in the 66th minute. Then in another dramatic encounter, Tottenham finally got the bragging rights. They secured a 2-1 win against a 9-man Liverpool, with Joel Matip's late own goal sealing the victory after Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota were sent off. The result ending Liverpool's unbeaten start to the Premier League season, and of course extended Tottenham's own impressive run under Ange Postecoglou. Now we turn to cricket. New Zealand came good in their final encounter. Their opening batter, Amelia Kerr, gave us all a masterclass. She delivered a remarkable unbeaten century, leading her team to a 6-wicket victory against the Proteas women in that third and final ODI at Kingsmead in Durban. So Kerr securing the win by striking a boundary and a single in the penultimate over. She finished with 100 not out of 117 balls, beautifully measured, featuring 13 fours in that innings. And although it was a consolation win for New Zealand after the Proteas clinched the series with 2 ODI victories, they'll carry this momentum into the upcoming 5-match T20 series starting next Friday. If the ODI has been anything to go by, it's going to be competitive, so cannot wait for that one. Then we were treated to some unbelievable golf as well over the weekend, albeit a little bit one-sided. So Tommy Fleetwood secured a crucial half point for Europe as they regained the Ryder Cup from a determined United States team yesterday. So despite a fierce American singles charge, Europe led 14-11 overall, with Fleetwood 2 up against Ricky Fowler with 2 holes left to play. Fleetwood's brilliant play on the 16th hole, ensuring Europe's unassailable lead and a 7th consecutive home victory, with the final score being Europe 16.5 and USA 11.5. But the fans getting what they want. And that's where we leave our sport. We'll continue to chat rugby. Yes, we've got to revel in these things, but right now let's get you set for the weather ahead today.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's get into your weather and your temperatures. But first, some weather news. We love the story. There's been immense joy and sighs of relief in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro in the Eastern Cape with the news that the province's largest dam, the Kouga, is overflowing for the first time since 2015. Now, the Gamtoos Irrigation Board says it started overflowing on Saturday, and in only 5 hours, some 5 million cubic meters of water ran into the dam. Now, dam levels have increased rapidly following heavy rain over the past week or so. 3 other major dams supplying water to the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and the Kouga areas are also overflowing. They are the Churchill Dam, which is feeding the Impofu Dam, and the Lurie and Groendal dams. The Metro has been in the grip of a crippling drought for the past 8 years. That's a beautiful story, and we are so happy that that area received so much rain. Right now, let's take a look at your temperatures. There we have it, your temperatures going into your Monday, and looking at it, we do feel summer is right about on our doorstep. Before we do anything else, let's quickly take a look at your beautiful pictures. Thank you very much for taking the time and sending it through to us. We want to say a big good morning to Frederica. Good morning, Frederica, in Somerset West, who sent in this stunning shot with a red cloud sitting over the city. Look at that. Sun is just catching that cloud, and it looks stunning. Thanks very much. Natalie, good morning to you in Bayview, who captured this wispy pink hues in the sky. Also, wow, with the street lights at the bottom and the beautiful sun at the top. Stunning stuff. Thank you very much. Mark, good morning to you. Erwin George, who shared a photo with the beautiful clouds rolling in there. And you can just see that orange hue. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Thank you very much. And Nina, all the way out in Gordons Bay, who snapped this picture of the clouds swirling around. The clouds really just showing off. Absolutely. Look at that. Thank you very much. It almost always warms. Another weather report just after 7.
So, yes, we're going to have a little bit of fun right now. It was a busy weekend on all fronts, and it also delivered the fashion fail of the century. Sam Smith delivers this morning. We'll get behind that in some of our entertainment news. Then if you're looking to hit the open road, those guns better be on safety, baby. We're doing some strength training. Coleman is back. If you're a road runner looking to get the extra miles under the belt, he's got the key. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, welcome back to it. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Expresso right here on S3. Stepped to my phone booth very quickly, did a quick spin around. How's that, eh?
And you did like 3 laps as well. I'm pretty sure I saw you do a few laps.
I know, I had like 10 layers on as well before this. But listen, it is time to dive into the world of entertainment news this morning and catch up with our favorite celebrities and what they've been up to over the weekend. And some big stories, man, some big stories.
They don't get bigger than this. In fact, certainly if you're a fan of Tupac Shakur or anyone who lived through probably one of the most dominant eras of hip-hop. So we know that Tupac was gunned down in 1996. Now, 27 years on, a suspect has officially been arrested and charged with murder. This is massive. So on Friday, Las Vegas police, they held a press conference revealing that Dwayne Davis has now been officially taken in by authorities. He has certainly aged. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Lieutenant Jason Johansson stated that Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out. That's massive. They wouldn't have made a statement like this if the case wasn't ready. Well, it's taken them nearly 30 years to build the case. And the crime actually happened on September 7th. That was the notorious date on 1996. Tupac Shakur was just 25 years old, had just left Mike Tyson's boxing match at MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. It's like a script from a movie. And he was sitting in a black BMW with Sage Knight of Death Row Records when they were attacked by someone in a white Cadillac. And Tupac was shot 4 times and spent 6 days in hospital before he sadly passed away. Shakur is a legend in the music world, I think, because of his voice.
Yeah.
And he sold more than 75 million records worldwide. I'd love to know how many posthumously. But I think a voice within culture as much as music that was lost to the world at that time.
Short period. I mean, like we said, he was only 25 years old, but he made such a global impact. But it's crazy that after all these years now, starting to make some advances. So
crazy, but watch that space. Yeah.
Yeah, and then over to some fashion, Paris Fashion Week. The story. It is currently underway in Paris with the who's who of the fashion industry strutting their stuff down the red carpet and the runway. However, just last week at a Christian Cohen show that hosted the American Cathedral in Paris, there was some rather chaos caused by a giant fur ball. Yes. Sam Smith was performing on a rotating stage whilst the model dressed in a giant fur ball got lost and crashed into the guests in the front row.
Or did she?
Nearly colliding with Sam himself as he performed. I mean, take a look. You got to see this to believe this.
Model dressed as giant fur ball gets lost on runway at Christian Cohen.
With the voice makes it so much better.
It was
I don't
artificial.
know. I don't know where. Get out of here.
Next, the wrecking fur ball.
The wrecking
crashes
fur ball.
into the front row.
Oh. You just do your thing, love.
The cathedral altar. Rescued.
I came in like a fur wrecking ball. Oh, I love that.
Look, I can only imagine what must have gone through that model's head, man. Because, look, I've done some crazy fashion shows with some crazy outfits in my life before, and it is scary, but here you are on a global stage with Sam Smith, and you're wearing a giant fur ball.
Yeah, no, look,
Can't
anyone
see
who's
a
done the Sexpo, I think a lot of people out there who've done promos and things going, yeah, Ewan, I know what you mean, bro.
Exactly. Now, of course, Sam Smith jokingly replied to the video post online saying, well, we had a ball. Like they say in showbiz, whatever happens, the show must go on.
And it did go on, so well done to them. Now, let's turn to the story, and we land on Landon Baker, the son of Kourtney Kardashian. Barker's husband, Travis, has now opened up about the way that he felt about being a big brother, which is really, really beautiful. He said he is obviously super excited for the couple and explains that he feels that now is the right time for him to be a big brother, because a lot rests on the shoulders of a big bro, man.
Yeah, man.
It would have been hard if I were 10 years old and that was all my dad could do, he added. But now that I'm in a place that I feel like I'm an adult now, it's sick. I'm super happy for him. It's sick. Just in case we forgot he was a teen, man.
Yeah.
It's sick. And although Landon admitted he would have liked to have gotten another sister, I kind of wish it was a girl, though. He did add, I wish I was the only Barker boy. Okay, now we understand. But I think you'll be okay, kid. And the parents-to-be obviously recently celebrated their baby on the way with a Disney-themed baby shower, which might seem out of character for them, but when you can do it like the Kardashians can, with a little bit of Travis Barker thrown in, it looks perfect. Absolutely beautiful.
Perfect.
The outfits are, I mean, look at that. Once, only in their world.
Only in their world, exactly. And then over to, I think, one of our favorite musicians out there. This is probably he's probably the nicest guy.
Yeah,
out
in the
there,
world,
in the
maybe.
World. He's talented. He's just a people's person, man. He really is. I'm talking about Ed Sheeran. And earlier this month, he surprised a very lucky couple during their wedding in Las Vegas. Now, the wedding took place in a little white wedding chapel, which is the same venue where the Afflecks, the Barkers, and countless others celebrities have actually gotten married. And besides just serenading the couple with an acoustic version of his song Magical, which was a teaser actually off his latest album, it also signed the couple's wedding certificates as their witness. Come on, man.
Can I get a witness? I love that. But look, it's a masterful PR exercise. But let's see. I want to live this moment in reality. My eyes out. Did the ensemble rock up with him, or were they just guests at the show who could sing like a backing band that just rocked
dude,
up?
I think he came with a whole ensemble. But I mean, how cool that now they can take that wedding certificate home and it's like, look who signed
Well,
this.
I love that because they're looking at the guy's face. Because before you get married, as a guy, you are all kinds of crazy nervous. And now you've got Ed Sheeran singing, and it's just poor little brain trying to figure out what is going on here.
Yeah, well, I looked at the couple now, and it was almost like she's looking at him as like, did you organize this? And he's looking at her, did you organize this? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, besides that, his new album, Variations, is out now. It's brilliant, so if you want to go check it out, go do so.
Yeah, or he might come to your wedding to promote it next. You just don't know. And that's it from our entertainment news desk for today. Some good, some bad, some pretty ugly. Ewan, speaking of pretty...
I'm not just, you know...
Yeah,
can
you go and get some strength training done there. If you're wanting to hit the open road and run, they'll get you there. But right now, we want to hear from you. If there is something that has started a conversation in your space at home, maybe it started a massive debate within your family, maybe within the work social setup, there is something that you need us to chew on, let us know. At Expresso Show is the handle to use, and we want to talk about it all this morning. Right now, though, let's get busy.
Thank you very much, Graham. Well, that was fun. Let's get into a little bit of running fitness and strength. I mean, it is super important for any runner as well to engage in a bit of a strength workout this morning. So we are getting ready for an action-packed episode of Fit and Strong, and today we are diving into the world of runners, focusing on both strength training and mobility exercises. Now, whether you are a marathoner or a casual jogger, these tips will elevate your fitness game. And joining us in studio this morning, runner Calman Valentino to show us all about strength and mobility. Calman, good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you, Ewan.
I like that we are talking about this because I think a lot of people tend to think like, yes, running is a great exercise, but if you want to take it a step further, you can't just continue running. You have to holistically include other types of exercises as well. Otherwise, your body is just going to function the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, you know, running is a full body sport impact. So you use your back, you use your core, you use your shoulders, your legs, not just your legs.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to have that full body strength and mobility to be able to run comfortably.
For sure. I mean, if you want to get good at a discipline, yes, you need to spend a lot of time in it. For instance, I was a swimmer, you know, in my youth, and I was really good at it. But I also complemented that with some weight sessions and what to strengthen those muscles. And it's kind of the same thing here. We need to work on that mobility and that strength. So take us through. What are we doing?
I've got 3 exercises for you. First off, we have a curtsy lunge. And
curtsy lunge.
Yeah, so you're going to take your right foot, step it behind your left foot off to the side, and then you're going to bend the back knee towards your front heel.
Okay.
You're going to feel it in your front hip here. So this is a bit of internal rotation. And then you can come through the center into a normal squat here, sending the hips back and shoulders a little bit forward. And this is internal rotation, left leg back, and it just creates a little bit of extra space in the hips. You know, some of us tend to walk like this and operate like this. So this is external rotation in the hips.
Right.
So if we turn the hips a little bit in with this curtsy lunge, just creates a bit of extra space in the hips.
Targets those different sets of muscles that you don't obviously use. Yeah.
And it just opens up some extra space there.
Curtsy lunge.
Curtsy lunge. And then for the second
why
one,
you call it that.
Yeah. Or a dragon lunge, dragon or curtsy lunge.
A dragon lunge?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna be on our backs and we're gonna power out the glutes now. So we're gonna lift up our left leg. So we're gonna be on the heel of our right foot there for me. And we're just gonna do pulses. Hip thrusts, nice and high. And this targets your hamstrings.
The glutes and the hamstrings.
Yes.
And this is really important for runners as well.
Yeah, so this gives you that power in order to kick off. There we go.
Nice. And once again, it shows you that your body is a fantastic tool. You don't need any other equipment.
Yeah, you can just
really focus on doing something like this.
Body weight training.
Yes. Really start feeling that burn already.
And then I've got a third one for you. Do you want to balance it out on the other
I always need to balance it out, my friend.
This is true.
That's it.
There you go. So you want to lift onto the back of the neck, lifting as much of the spine as you can.
That's it.
Pulse. There we go. And our third one is a little bit difficult, so I've got a few stages for us. A beginner, and then intermediate, and then advanced. Beginner would be just like stepping back with your left foot for me, lunging into your front leg, touch the ground for me. So you're leaning forward, loading the weight into your glute here at the back, and lower back. And stand up, feet together, and then on the other side, touch the ground. There we go, loading the weight into. And then if you want to take it a bit more advanced, we lift the back leg up, touch the ground, and come back up again.
You can feel that stretch intensifying for sure.
Yeah. So not advanced, this is the intermediate one.
Okay.
If you want to go into the advanced one, you're gonna lift the back leg, touch the ground for me. And then when you come up, you're gonna bring the left knee into the chest and hands up.
Oh, wow.
And kick back again, touch the ground.
So really focusing on that balance.
Yeah, balancing. You're getting into that calf, you're getting into the ankle, you're getting into the glute, that entire leg as well as the core for balance.
That's it.
It's quite a difficult one, so you can take it in those stages,
Yeah.
beginner, intermediate, advanced.
I love that. Now I want to ask you, we've seen some of these exercises that you just demonstrated. How would a little training session look like? I mean, how many would you do? How would you set this up for those people at home who wants to really incorporate these?
So depending on your fitness, you would do like maybe 8 if you're like really beginner starting to run or starting your fitness journey, you would do
Okay.
like 8. If you're like intermediate, you would do like 12. And if you're advanced, you would go for like 20. So you would do like 20, rest for about 20 seconds, have a 20-second rest. And then I want you to do that 3 times over, one exercise.
Okay.
20-second rest in between.
All right.
Then you move on to the next exercise, 20-second rest in between.
I love that.
20 of each.
Okay, okay. Well, Kelman's not going to go anywhere. He's back for another round. We are going to be exercising, but I think this is a great way to just start your day. Even if you're not a runner, this is some really good exercises in the morning, especially to get the blood flowing, to stretch a little bit. That's going to set you up for a good day. But Kelman is going to be back with another round of exercises in just a bit. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Sure, thanks, gents. I'm going to take my 20-second break right now. Just like enjoy that for a moment. We are going to come back with a man who takes no breaks. John Klein has been absolutely superb, stepping into the green and gold. We'll get to know the man behind the box and that Bok jersey as well. Then, of course, someone who we know all too well is going to deliver, like he does, I think, pre-match in that dressing room to us now. Eben Etzebeth is going to give us just that kick we need to go and conquer our goals. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thanks for rejoining the conversation as we delve into the backstory of some of the amazing Springboks doing such a great job at the moment. Welcome to the extraordinary rugby journey of John Klein, originating in London in South Africa, from Currie Cup glories to a transformative chapter with Munster, as so many South Africans have. Klein's metal shines bright right now. What makes his story even more fascinating is his dual international career, representing both Ireland and the Springboks. I didn't know about that, and adding a captivating dimension to this towering locks narrative. And Lorenzo Daries joins us. Oh, buddy, did you shave your head in honor of me?
Oh,
Speaking
there
of
you
Spurs,
go.
thank
Yes,
you.
I
Spurs.
did. Eh? For once, Spurs is actually giving you some hope.
You let go of some dead weight there. I think we finally let that go. But of course, we are talking about rugby right now. We're talking about John Klein. What is it about this guy that has kept him under the radar but made him such a dominant force, do you think?
Look, for years he was at, Western Province and the Stormers, and he was just that stalwart. He was just someone that works, that workhorse, that just comes in, does what he needs to do, and then moves along. So he was never into the glitz and glamour of the other side of the sport. So we knew of him, didn't know much about him, and he needed to leave, like so many, there's the saying that people need to leave the country before we start really noticing.
You've got to let them go.
Yeah, let them flourish. and he went, to Ireland. I hope he didn't go into potato farming for a while there. But he obviously flourished at Munster. He started getting noticed by the Irish selectors. and getting 5 caps in a World Cup in 2019. It's, you know, it's quite exceptional. And funny enough, though, South Africa was against the, you know, the whole duel after a few years of being
Back then.
inactive. And then we now use this.
I was going to say, yeah, man. And I love the fact that we do, because yes, we might think that he's got dual citizenship, but he's proven his chops here. Okay, and I said he hails from Linden, born on August the 26th of 1993, achieved provincial recognition through his tenure at Hoërskool Linden, where he shone like many of their past alumni, showcased his talents as he donned the jersey of Western Province in the under-19s during the 2012 under-19 provincial championship, really put his hand up there. And those early triumphs in youth rugby, including championship wins with both the under-19s and under-21s. So he's worked his way up, served as the cornerstone of an illustrious professional career, highlighting his emergence as a budding rugby sensation. When you see where these guys have come from and how it's not a long hop from the provincial structures, from the varsity structures, which I think we owe so much to right now. It's so vitally important around this time when we've got players shining on the world stage and young players looking at them, for us to know that there is a path to channel. How grateful are we of those structures right now when we see it come to bear in a team like we've got right now, in a player like Jean?
No, definitely. You know, SA Rugby and government has found something. You know, we've got the structures of yesteryears that's been pushing through. We would love to see it, you know, more broad, you know, expand, you know, out. But if you look at it, he is an inspiration to others, you know, that you don't have to be the superstar in the team to make it into the Springbok team. He's just worked hard. He's carved out a career, you know, just going...
Look at Deon Fourie making his debut at hooker at 35 years old.
35 years old,
Put that
you know.
in your hat.
So anyone can do it. You just have to push it.
Yeah.
Well,
a little bit of talent does help. I think a little bit of talent does help. And in 2014, John Clyde played a pivotal role for his provincial Western Province, featuring in the Super Rugby season with the Stormers and also shining, obviously, in their Currie Cup Premier Division. His performance, as they were instrumental in Western Province's semi-final victory over the Blue Bulls, which was quite a momentous one. And then their championship win against the Golden Lions during a golden era, marking his first senior trophy. And then, of course, headed to Munster, where he obviously achieved a huge amount, put himself on the radar for the Irish selectors. How important is it having him back in the fold now with, and we've spoken about the Northern Hemisphere connection there, but players like this who have, well, they could play there if they wanted to, but those that are so comfortable in that system of play, how important is that proving right now during this World Cup? Yeah,
how lovely is it that South African team, the Springbok team, fits in perfectly in every single tournament around the world.
But it's
except
great.
for the All Blacks. We'll stay away from down under as well. But it's absolutely amazing. If you look at the Irish makeup as well, 23 matchday players, they played against South Africa, all from the URC. So then you've got Jean Klein and Archie Snyman standing on the side and saying, cool, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. So the insights that they have is amazing for us, and I think for Rassie as well. Nice thing is Rassie and Jacques having been that side as well. So he's going to, they've left. They don't know all the structures now, but now they've got to kind of spies.
Yeah, 100%.
They've got them going there. So
I'd love to know what that conversation looked like, because you get a sense if Rassie's got your back, he's got your back. And we've seen that on a number of occasions. Some beautiful stories emerging of talks he's had with Sia back in the day before making him captain, him and Scurra. Some amazing interviews being done, revealing just how incredible these back-end stories are. So if you'd like us to focus on one player that inspires you, that you'd like to know more about their incredible journey into the green and gold, check the goosebumps. I'll shout it because we won yesterday, just by the way. Then let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Lorenzo's not moving a muscle. We've got more rugger to chat in just a moment.
And a rugger, we are going to be chatting now. We know our Springbok players are not only inspiration on the field, but in our lives as well. And goals are the guiding stars that illuminate our path. We know this, inspiring us to reach those greater heights and realize our full potential. So here's what Springbok player Eben Etzebeth has to say about achieving his goals.
When I was told I was going to be Springbok captain, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the first day before the test match, because Warren Whiteley was captain back in 2017, the first 2 test matches against France. And he was struggling with a groin injury the whole week. And on the first day, Alistair Coetzee came to me and was like, listen, you're going to lead out the team on Saturday. And I was just like, this can't be happening. I mean, I looked at a guy like Francois Pienaar and John Smith and those guys lifting World Cup trophies, and they were Springbok captains. And now this honour is yeah, I get this honor to represent South Africa and actually leading out the country onto the field. And I remember phoning my brother, my mom, and said, listen, it must stay quiet. Like, well, we can't tell anyone yet, but I had to tell someone. I had to tell my closest family, and that was a special moment. I also, after the game, I took that jersey and I put it in the frame, and it's up against my wall at my house. But no, it was a special day. I think if you run out there and you stand there first singing the national anthem, it's a special day and an unbelievable achievement to lead your country out.
Oh, man, and watching him in that pre-conference, that little meeting before they took to the field last night, he plays such a powerful role within that team with words exactly like that. Obviously looked a little bit more revved up, but Evan, we love you guys for your effort on the field. And now, especially your efforts off the field, you inspire us, buddy.
Cracks start to show. Our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
And on that inspirational note, let's jump back into another little fitness session, strength and mobility training for runners with Kelman Valentino this morning. All right, my friend. So it's round two. We ran through some rather interesting exercises using our body's weight as a tool. What are we up to next?
Next, we have mobility. So mobility is good for when you're running. Like I said, opening up the hips. It just opens up your stride. You can lift your knee higher. You can maybe kick your heel higher up towards your glutes at the back. Or you can, the running motion, twisting through the spine. You can get more running freedom.
That mobility, yeah, because mobility. I mean, if you think about it, running is a kind of one plane kind of sport when you do, so it is good to have that mobility. All right.
Actually, the more stagnant you are, the more energy you use.
Right.
The more you run like a big ball of tension, the more energy you use.
Look at this man. Tips from an ultra marathon runner. Okay, let's go for it.
We're going to go with our first one. We're going to go belly flat on the mat. Okay. We're going to target the shoulders here. We're going to cup the fingers for me. Make sure the elbows are nice and high. And then we're going to come up the center, push, squeeze your scapula together there for me. And then I want you to roll the right shoulder and elbow forward, look towards the left side of the mat. So there you feel a nice shoulder stretch there. Beautiful.
Look, I'm not joking, it does feel good.
It feels so good. Coming back to center, I know those swimming shoulders of yours.
Yes.
And then we do it on the other side. Look back.
Oh, lovely.
So you won't believe how much you use your shoulders when you're running.
Right.
Let's do one more on each side there for me. And it just builds up a lot of tension. You'll see that some people start throwing their hands down when they're running.
Yes.
Down to their hips because their shoulders can't take it anymore.
No, look, I'll be honest with you. I've been in the fitness space for many years. I've never done a stretch like this.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
This is great. I love this.
There's one even deeper than this, but we haven't planned that for here. So we can move on to the next one. So the next one is for the hips and the glutes.
All right.
You're gonna start in a downward dog. Do you know what a downward dog is?
Yep.
There we go. Slight bend in the knees for me, and then lift up the hip, press your chest back towards the knees. Nice stretch into your shoulders and thoracic. And then we're gonna bring the right knee forward in between the hands. So this is a half pigeon here. But you might know this. If you want to make it more interesting, I want you to walk your back leg over towards the right a bit.
All right.
You'll feel the legs crossing a bit.
Yes.
And then I want you to walk your hands over towards the right.
Oh, my goodness.
There we go.
Yeah, you can feel that in the glutes, eh? That's for sure.
Yeah. So you feel that in the glute. A lot of tension build up in the glutes.
Yes.
So you have to look after your glutes because they give most of the energy.
Yes.
Supported by the
if
hamstrings.
the glutes are tight, I mean, you can battle with things like knee problems.
Yeah.
Whilst you are running.
Hamstring, knee, calf, ankle.
Was that the ITB?
Yeah, ITB as well, yeah.
There we go.
Like a chain reaction.
Yes.
And then we walk it over towards the right. So this is same movement, but now you feel it more on the inside of the hip. I want you to push your hips back towards the right side of the mat there for me.
Yes.
There we go. So by doing right and left, you do external and internal rotation through this front hip by going back and forth.
Nice.
So you cover the full rotation of the hip there.
I like that.
Yeah. And the last one is going to be for your back because your back takes a lot of strain, especially if your core is not used to taking a beating like that.
Yes.
Long distances, 21 Ks, 42 ultra distances. And we're going to be on our backs. We're going to take the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg, get it nice and tight. So this gets into the hip flexion here as well. And then lift your forehead up towards your knee. And take your right hand to the side. And then roll onto your left hip. Roll away from your right hand. Keep looking toward your right hand. So that's what we call a supine twist here.
Here we go.
Squeezing the inner thighs together for me. So this is a good way. You can do this at night before bed if you tend to have lower back problems. It just releases a nice part of the lower back.
Yeah, this is a lovely, especially that rotation for the lower back.
I just felt a click there.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah. And then we have to obviously do it on the other side as well. Left knee into the chest, right leg extends. Extend your left hand and roll onto the other side for me.
And there we have it.
And then we can bring it back to center.
Awesome. Kelman, thanks, dude. That is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. You know, it's so beneficial to get a good stretch in, even early in the morning, you know, as you start your day, wake the body up a little bit. End of the day, like you said, before bed, just loosen up because the whole day you've been working, you've been doing whatever it is you're doing, but it is good to just loosen, get that blood flowing. Such a legend. Thank you for the inspiration, my friend. Really appreciate it. Kelman Valentina here, ultra runner, giving some strength and mobility exercises for you as a runner.
Now that we are done warming down from all the party karate over the weekend, so much to celebrate. We'll take you through all the numbers, what it means in the Rugby World Cup as we take stock of this very important weekend. Of course, it's all about now where you ended the group stages. Are you going to get through to the quarterfinals? We'll see who's already signed their tickets, and we are here for that. And we're going to continue to have a whole lot of fun being the start of a brand new week. We'll continue to inspire you. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Awesome. With a rock-out beat like that, it must be a blissful weekend of quality rugby. Welcome back as we take a look at some of the highs and a couple of the lows that were brought to you after an action-packed weekend, thanks to the proud sponsors of the 2023 Rugby World Cup, Total Energies, and our very special guest, our Expresso sports producer, Lorenzo Daris, who did thankfully include Spurs in our sports news. Thank you for doing that. But we're not talking about
keep
Spurs
quiet
beating
about that.
Liverpool. We are talking about the Rugby World Cup, and of course, it was a big one. So we got New Zealand and Italy. Just a great start, showcasing their skill in their battle on Friday. Ultimately, New Zealand victorious, as we expected. They came good, yes? Do we feel like that?
Yeah.
Because this Italian side would have found them out if they didn't. I have a feeling.
Not really, though. I'm going to be honest with you. But that looked like a team that had 2 weeks off. So let's be honest, you know? The Italians, I think this is an indication to the European powers out there that we need to start looking at a promotion relegation in the Six Nations. You know, with that 35-7 loss when Adi Sevilla came out after playing against the Springboks, it was like, we made some mistakes, but we're going to come back. Yes, they lost to the French, but the thing is, you can never write them off. They're the All Blacks.
At
They've
your
always
peril,
been
yeah. No,
yeah.
really, really at your peril. Then, of course, Argentina, Chile.
Yeah.
We wanted Argentina to show what they can actually do. Michael Cheika,
Yeah.
he always promises so much with
Yeah.
his teams, and he seems to have bought into the passion of this team, and they did it. They
Yes.
came good against the Chilean side that's won a lot of fans as well.
Yes, no, definitely. I think Chile is what Japan was a few years ago to rugby, and we are enjoying watching them play at the moment. With Michael Cheika, I've never seen him this happy when he was the coach of Australia. So
I don't think anyone can be happy as the coach of Australia. I think
Yeah.
it's a tough gig, Bruce.
It is a tough gig, but he's seemed more relaxed. He knows what or at least the Argentinian team knows what they need to do. They've gone out, they've shown that they're the #1 team in South America, and I'm happy that they found that mojo.
Looking for that mojo. Eddie Jones, I mean, the poor man looks embattled, and I know he's always got a chirpy chirp. Nothing yesterday, which I think was well timed from his perspective to just play at that angle. This Australian team seems to be brimming with so much talent, so much physicality and zero confidence, which you can kind of understand. And this Portuguese side, they were in it.
Yes, no, Portugal came, they came and they've shown that they want to be on the stage. They want to be there all the time.
Their
They'd love
supporters
to play.
came.
Yes, their supporters came as well. And that's what I love about these teams is the fact that we want to see more of this in rugby. We need more tournaments that allows Portugal, Romania, Georgia, even Germany to
For
play.
sure.
Kenya.
I can tell you one thing, because this Portuguese, we've seen the loops that get created now. So this Portuguese team, I can guarantee you there is a young Portuguese player who's seen these players do this and has started playing rugby because of that.
Yes, yeah.
And getting the goosebumps again. But I think what I loved about seeing their performance, there were moments where they were able to not just survive, they dominated Australia. They were able to take the momentum of the game and drive, follow through, score points, put points on the board. And this is not against a minnow side. You can say whatever you want about missing personnel in that Australian team. It's still a world-class team with some amazing young players. The fire will burn brightly in that team based on this, whether they make it through or not. At least they've got the slightest sliver of chances. Let's talk about the big one, man. The level of physicality would have been terrifying for anybody. You could see how nervous the Boks were about it. Not that it slowed them down. The physical hits, and I think the power of that Tongan side and the initial, I think all of us were a bit worried that that was the Tongan team that had showed up.
Ooh, tell me about it.
That for a test of what we needed, perfect, I think. Take us through the wins from yesterday.
Look, you need to understand the ghosts of 2007 were there all week. Everyone was being reminded about the Springboks playing them and how physical the Tongans were, and that's what happened. We expected that. The difference at the end of the day is that we've got this team. We can take it all the way. They've, their front row just did not have anything after a while, and that's when the floodgates started.
In that second half, there was a point where there must have been about 6 or 7 Tongan players on the ground. And I just remember looking at the Springboks faces as they were looking at this. Like the Dion Faris and these guys, they were just like, oh, we're going to eat you up.
Like, I feel sorry for you.
So many points needed to be proven. Obviously, Andre Pollard came in and looked his mercurial best. Mani Lebok came on and looked his mercurial best.
You go. Like that was,
well
nice
done.
was that, though?
Yeah, it was perfect. Fait accompli there. Dion Faris stepping in at hooker, so congratulations to him. Gets his try on his first hooker cap at age 35. There were so many plus points, despite a few little niggles where we always could have done more. I think to be a bit more clinical in attack. That's always our biggest problem in that 22 kind of space to just finish those things. Are you feeling different about the best Springbok team to put onto the field now that you've seen these players?
Look, I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I'm a little bit worried in the middle, if I can put it like that. There are certain combinations we haven't put them down on paper and on the field. I feel like our management team is still trying to experiment here and there and prove themselves. They don't need to do that. Yes, we are winning. We are winning by large margins, but there are certain things that I just feel like, oh, we could have done better. We've got an exceptional team when it comes to Rassie and Jacques. Like, why are they experimenting with certain things at the moment? And at this point, like, this should have been, cast in stone last year. But that's not the nature of sports. Things change, and you need to be adaptable. And we spoke about this.
Yeah, man, and it's a World Cup as well. And this World Cup has also thrown us a few surprises along the way. I know injuries have made a lot of these decisions a lot more important right now. But the bottom line is the books are primed, and we want to share that love with you. And I say we, I mean Total. You can win big. You can win your share of 500,000 Rand if you predict the winner of the 2023 Rugby World Cup for that chance to win. And when you spend just 700 Rand or more at any participating Total Energies service station, that's how you book your ticket. Simply sign up as a Total Energies Club member, scan the QR code to enter, and for the non-Total Energies Club members, register to enter on WhatsApp, and their line is different to ours, 0723717026. The competition closes on the 15th of October. It's a lot of cash. Get on it. Those terms and conditions apply.
Just like in rugby, it's uniting our energies that helps us move forward.
Oh, wow, that was interesting, dude. I love that. It was exciting. It's the start of the new week, and after another, like we've seen, an unforgettable weekend of rugby, we are just kicking things off by sharing some of, the memorable moments, like we've just done with regards to the Rugby World Cup. And join us, why not, as we talk all things rugby and introduce a new Lindor 337-gram rugby sleeve that combines, is very special, the thrill of the Rugby World Cup with an irresistibly smooth taste of Lindor.
I'm sorry, I was trying to listen to you talk, Boo, but I've been absolutely sucked in here. This is just so nice.
Yeah,
We love the rugby sleeve. And before we share some of our favorite moments of the World Cup, let's open one of these boxes and we can choose which of our amazing team will get a very special prize. We can be that this morning. Now, of course, the new rugby sleeve is on theme, not only great for display, it does look very good, but also great for eating during and after the game, or even before. It's up to you. And especially when it becomes stressful and you just need to tap out, you can indulge in a Lindor truffle to take the edge off, and then another one to take more of the edge off.
Oh, dude, I think once you open one, it's a problem to slow down. And also, once you open the box, I mean, there is this message that reads, Lint makes every moment blissful, and it really is all about that. It's all about enjoying the rugby, but more importantly, about sharing with friends and family. And that's the nice thing for me when it comes to this. And I love the fact that there's this assortment of different chocolates. I mean, I'm looking at here. There's one particularly that I'm gravitating towards.
Well, no, you've got to go for an assorted. If you're going to be hosting, I feel, because everyone has their favorite. But if you're not entirely sure, you cannot go wrong, okay? If you go with the milk chocolates, I think everybody will be okay with that.
Yeah.
But for me, I think you want to go for a bit of a mixed vibe.
Oh,
if I'm going to...
For sure.
I think I'm going to get one for Lorenzo because he was so nice this morning. I think I'll give him an OG.
Yeah. I think Kelman this morning needs a hazelnut.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then for myself, I love it. I'm going to get a dark for myself.
Ah, look at you, because you got to get the dark. I mean, it's beautiful. The colors, this almost reminds me of Christmas.
I know.
Funny enough.
It's starting to feel a little bit like that, and hopefully the box can just fait accompli. They can just go through and seal the deal for us so we can celebrate in style when we get the win.
Yeah.
Lorenzo, come here, my friend. In fact, you're going to get two. Do you have a particular favorite flavor?
I like the plain one. There you go. Yes.
The plain one.
The plain one.
Have you tried the hazelnut?
Then you get
All right,
two.
let me try the hazelnut.
You got to
And
try
then
the
you get another,
hazelnut, my friend.
He says plain. It's milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
And nothing plain about it. You can have them both, bro.
Oh, can I have them both?
Oh, dude, it's
Oh,
we're here
I don't
for
know.
you. We got you. It was a
Look at it.
stressful weekend, I know.
And I just want to say thank you for putting Spurs in the sports report this morning. That's the only reason why you got this. Okay, you can go right to the next sports report. If you'd also like to celebrate the Rugby World Cup with a moment of bliss, Lint is giving you the chance to win a Lint hamper to the value of $1,000.
Nice. Now, to enter, head on over to our Expresso Facebook or even Instagram page and let us know which Lint product will you be eating during the next World Cup match. And don't forget to include #RugbyWithLindor. Those T&Cs do apply, and you can find them on our website, expressoshow.com. It makes it just so much better.
So I didn't have the busiest weekend, Shane. Both you and I were really sick last week, so I did a lot of
recovery.
Yeah, but I got really up close and cuddly with my pets, and that's what I did over the weekend, and I'll have pictures to prove it.
Yeah, man, we'll run you through exactly what we got up to this past weekend, but stick around. There's got a lot more on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. Fashion from the Safters. Don't forget, that's all coming your way still.
Oh, you can make my day.
Buddy Holly gets an update for 2023. Baby Craig O'Barney, of course, one of the big winners at the SAFTAs this weekend. Whether he's on stage, whether he's on screen, he will always be my inspiration in this industry. We connect to this incredible individual in just a moment to congratulate him ourselves. That's on the back of some of those news and sporting headlines.
Thank you very much, Graham. Let's take you through your news headlines once again. In your national news this morning, Parliament's Select Committee on Public Enterprises and Communication has described the cost of communication in the country as brutal and abusive towards South Africans. Now, the committee has instructed the Independent Communications Authority, or ICASA, to deal with network companies that it says are getting away with murder, considering the high data and airtime costs. ICASA briefed the committee on how it could reduce the cost of communication. The Deputy Minister of Communication, Phili Mapulane, said the department was concerned. And several roads will be closed in Cape Town today due to a planned march by the EFF, but taxis will operate as normal. The party has called for a shutdown in the Western Cape about a number of issues, including unjust taxi impoundments. Meanwhile, the ANC and Santaco briefed the media yesterday on their decision to withdraw from the protest, saying the march was intended to be a multi-party one against the unlawful impoundment of taxis and not a shutdown led by one political party. They're opposed to any form of shutdown. Making international news headlines this morning, the US government has avoided a federal shutdown after both House and Senate agreed on a short-term funding deal. A bill ensuring funding until 17 November received overwhelming support and was signed into law by President Joe Biden minutes before a deadline. However, it excludes any new aid for Ukraine, which is a blow to the Democrats, for whom this was a key demand. Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy submitted the bill in defiance of hardliners in his own party. And the Senegalese Navy said yesterday it had stopped 2 more boats carrying 262 would-be migrants, taking the total to 5 boats intercepted and some 600 people rescued by a Navy patrol boat since Thursday. Now, those rescued included 26 women and 13 minors. The success of rescues come during the busy summer season when thousands of migrants brave the hundreds of kilometers of ocean separating Africa from Europe each year in a desperate search for a better life. And we're going to end up with this story. An Airbnb is offering a free weekend stay at Shrek's Swamp. Yes, a Scotland home designed after the fictional ogre's tree stump house from the Shrek movies. Now, the home features oversized furniture, earwax candles, and an outhouse as well. Now, the stay is completely free in what the Airbnb calls a nod to the priceless refuge Shrek's Swamp has provided fairy tale creatures of all kinds. Now, the stay is not a contest, but will be booked on a first-come, first-served basis. So what are you waiting for? Shrek's famous saying, "Get out of my swamp," doesn't apply here. I love that. Maybe if you're in the area, see if it's available. That's your news headlines for the 7 o'clock bulletin. Let's get into your sports.
Well, just because we haven't said it 10 times already this morning, let's start here. The Springboks secured an emphatic 49-18 victory against Tonga, solidifying their quarterfinal aspirations. So despite Tonga's very spirited start, certainly gave the Boks a shock, they did ultimately assume command, notching up tries through Kobus Reinach, Kanan Moody, Deon Fourie, Jesse Creel, Willie Leroux, Marco van Staden, and Kwagga Smith, who was great off the bench. Tonga did fight back with 3 tries of their own, but the Boks prevailed, cheered on by a Tonga-leaning crowd of some 60,387. Quite an atmosphere there. And the 31-point win, along with the bonus points, very important there, places the Springboks now in prime position for the quarterfinals. So Scotland or Ireland must overcome a significant point differential in their matchup to advance ahead of the Springboks. Bit of a shock in football now as we stay in the UK or move to the UK. Wolverhampton Wanderers stunned champions Man City with a 2-1 home victory, ending City's perfect start to the English Premier League season. Ruben Diaz's own goal gave Wolves an early lead, but Julian Alvarez then equalised with a free kick, while Hwang Hee-chan then scored the winner for Wolves in the 66th minute. Then in another dramatic encounter, Tottenham secured a 2-1 win against a 9-man Liverpool, with Joel Matip's late own goal sealing the victory. It was after Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota were sent off. The result now ending Liverpool's unbeaten start to the Premier League season and extending Tottenham's own very impressive run under their new manager. Then we turn to cricket back home, and New Zealand have finally come good. Their opening batter, Amelia Kerr, delivered a remarkable unbeaten century, a masterclass really, leading her team to a 6-wicket victory against the Proteas women in their third and final ODI at Kingsmead in Durban yesterday. So Kerr securing the win by striking a boundary and a single in that penultimate over. She finished with 100 not out of 117 balls, a brilliant knock, featuring 13 fours in that innings. And although it was a consolation win for New Zealand after the Proteas, of course, clinched that series with 2 ODI victories, they'll carry this momentum into the upcoming 5-match T20 International Series that starts next Friday. And if the ODIs have been anything to go by, it will be competitive and very big scoring. We love it. Now let's turn to golf, and I think one of the best Ryder Cup showdowns we've seen in years. Tommy Fleetwood securing a crucial half point for Europe as they regained the Ryder Cup from a determined United States team, and that was yesterday, but they were under the quash despite a fierce American singles charge after a very strong European start. Europe led 14-11 overall, with Fleetwood 2 up against Ricky Fowler with 2 holes left to play. Fleetwood's brilliant play on the 16th hole ensured that Europe had an unassailable lead and now a 7th consecutive home victory, with the final score being Europe 16.5 and USA 11.5. But a brilliant one for the neutrals as well. So that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this hour. We'll touch on them again at around 8 o'clock. By now, the roads should be waking up. Let's get you to work safely.
Thank you so much, Graham. The roads are definitely awake this morning. Starting in Pretoria, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound, and that's after Proefplaas interchange. The left lane is blocked, so please approach there with caution. And then staying in Pretoria, there's been an accident on the N4 westbound, and that's after Watermeyer Street. The left shoulder is closed, so please drive carefully if in the area as well, or avoid the area altogether. Germiston, Johannesburg, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 eastbound. That's before the Elands interchange. One lane is closed, and you can expect heavy delays in the area. Then in Cape Town, there's some congestion on the N2, and that's inbound at Jakes Gerwel Drive. You can expect delays, and please allow this morning for some extra travel time. That's what we have for you on the roads. Please be safe out there, South Africa. Let's get into your weather before we get to your temperatures. The Free State Umbrella Fire Protection Association says firefighters are still scrambling to bring 3 active fires in the province under control. Now, the association's general manager, Johan Breitenbach, says the blaze between Tennyson and Windburg has still not been extinguished. He says additional firefighters have also been deployed to the Morrison fire at Harry Smith in the Platberg area, and a fire at Clarence is also currently out of control. Now, Breitenbach says a landowner and her employee were reportedly seriously injured by a burnover incident following a fire at Verkeerdevlei, and fires in the Free State have already caused extensive damage to pastures and planted crops, and large-scale animal and wildlife losses have also occurred. Breitenbach says the Free State Disaster Management Centre had deployed the Wildfire Response Task Team to assist local communities, and we really do hope that they can get that under control pretty soon. Now let's take a look at your temperatures. there we have it, your temperatures going into this Monday morning. Before we do anything else, let's quickly take a look at those sunrise views that you've shared with us. Thank you very much. Good morning to Aisha out in Kalk Bay, showing off views looking out at the ocean from her garden. Look at that, how the sky is just lighting up there with that beautiful bright orange. Love it. Thank you very much. Kasturi in Durbs, how's it? Good morning. Outside in his garden, sipping on a beautiful cup of coffee this morning before starting his week. Not a bad way to wake up, my friend. Thank you very much. Ken in Keymouth snapped this stunning view of the bird flying around. Look at that. What a moment captured. Love it. And Omi, good morning to you. Also in Keymouth, capturing another of Mother Nature's finest. I mean, look at that. Breathtaking as the sun is just breaking through over the horizon. Beautiful stuff. It just shows you we have such a gorgeous country. Thank you very much for sharing. Please continue sharing with us those views on 063 408 8863.
You share your pictures with us. We share our pictures with you. It was a busy weekend for some. Some of us were a little bit more insular. So we thought, let's have a chill and go through some of our weekend highlights. And I would imagine after the week, we were both spent. By Friday last week, I think we were the walking wounded, walking dead.
For sure.
But I was able to have a very good, cozy weekend. Of course, we had a lot of rain. So the family's away at the moment. So my social life is non-existent. That's my social life right
look
there.
at that.
And what I love is these animals will never be together when the whole family's around. When they leave, it's like they reorganize themselves. Okay, so this is my warm toffee dog, okay? Now, I call him the warm toffee dog, so I had to send a meme to Lindsay because that's what he is.
Wow.
He's my warm quality sweet
I
toffee
see what
dog.
you mean.
But you can see by these photos, most of my photo taking, it's not for posts, it's for updates for the family, to send them what we're doing, how we are getting into it. And this was Leo at the park. We had the most amazing trip out just in the green spaces this weekend.
Cool,
I don't know if I've got the picture or the video of the little ducklings. Okay, this is us at Newlands Forest, getting out and about.
Oh, those happy dogs, man.
They love it, man. And this, I mean, I talk about the green spaces we've got around us.
Yeah.
I'd reached a point where I think I was feeling so sick and just so like, with everything was like, just get outside, get some beautiful fresh air, just go and wake yourself, invigorate yourself. And then, of course, the little pups get a little bit of cold water as well. And incidentally, I saw, I don't know, can someone tell me what the collective of little baby ducklings is?
What is that?
It's a gosling of geeslings. I don't know, but this was the
It's a quack pack.
A quack pack. This is the second quack pack of plus 10 ducklings.
Wow.
I saw 2 of them, 11 ducklings. Normally they don't really survive, to be quite honest, on those sorts of numbers. So that's a good sign. Coming into a new season of abundance and joy
that's
and love.
cool, man. That's cool, man. Yeah, look, it's been, I'm not going to lie, it's been a rough week last week, like Graham said. Man down. I don't know what's going on with this year. There's so many like super bugs flying around.
Oh, I think you gave it to me, bro.
I don't even know, man. But you know what? It was crazy weather, but it was nice towards the end of the week, starting to see the sunshine coming out. And I had this one moment, one morning, just sitting in the sun, having a cup of coffee, feeling like Superman, re-energizing. But we did manage to get out to the beach with the boykies this weekend, did a little bit of a bodyboarding session in. They absolutely loved it. I mean, this is our happy space, you know, as a family, just to get out, especially when the weather's nice. We have the beach close to us.
Completely.
These two are just, man, just, you know, they're the most amazing brothers. They really are. They're supportive of each other. They do have their little rows like brothers do.
They're completely different, which is the beautiful
thing.
thing.
They are completely different, but they're finding their way, and it's nice to see how they kind of adapting into their little roles, and you know, it's nice to be able to just do things with them, and it was nice to get in the water.
And becoming more like you or becoming more like AIDS, or a little bit of a mix between the two.
Well, either way, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. I love it, man.
So that was it, man. Yeah, we had a lekker weekend.
I'm glad, man. It looked like you had a bit more of an actual social life than I did, but we want to hear from you guys. What did you get up to this weekend? Please share with us. We want to see pics. We want to see vids. Maybe you were at the SAFTAs and you got to see this particular guy win. Craig Barney was literally the inspiration for me to get into this industry.
Wow,
like, he was that starting point for me. And, of course, he got a massive nod, a Best Supporting Actor at the SAFTAs this weekend. Look at that gorgeous face. We're going to chat to him in just a moment.
Yeah, I never feel nervous energy from you, but this morning I do just a little bit. Just a chat. And of course, SAFTA's Shiraz Reddy is going to be here running us through all the fashion. Stick around because it has been exquisite.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. You can see by the size of the smile on my face just how happy I am now for this particular connection. The 17th annual South African Film and Television Awards ceremony was held this past weekend to honor and truly celebrate, validate the best of the South African film and television industry. And an actor, Craig O'Barney, who certainly ticks all of those boxes, was one of the winners at the event, winning Best Supporting Actor for his role in the SABC1 drama Makoti. Can we give Craig a very good feel-good round of applause? Look at you. Look at you. You still look like the day that I first saw you.
How are you, man?
I'm very good, dude. People have been teasing me because I've been all excited and nervous about interviewing you this morning, but I don't think you fully understand the role that you've played in my career, and I would imagine an entire generation of young performers, dude. Seeing you perform as Buddy was where my career began, literally. Like, that's what started my career in this industry. To see you doing this at this phase of your career, to see you still on South African TV when I think we could have lost you to the stages in the UK or Broadway a long time ago, and you chose to come back here and reinvest in us and do a little bit of financial calling in the midst of doing live television interviews, which we don't mind.
My friend.
That's fine.
You said something about stages in the UK. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, there we go. We are back, my buddy. I can see someone's desperately trying to get hold of you. But Craig, if you can hear me there, and we're talking about a man who has been in so many of the top performing dramas. How good does it feel to get this nod from your peers right now?
I knew if I'd won that I would be happy, but I didn't realize I'd be as happy as I was. I was standing by to actually hand out an award. So I was sort of backstage. And when they said my name, it sort of hit me just how much this actually means to me and how honored I was to be nominated and then to win this thing. I came running down, they had a long ramp, and I came running down the ramp. I think I did a bit of a John Travolta dance. I think I did a bit of river dance. I'm not sure. It was something like that. And then eventually got to my speech. It's a privilege and an honor. You know, you mentioned stages, Graham, and that's kind of where I think I'm most at home is live theatre and on stage. So to be honored, I still feel like I'm finding my groove in the TV world. So to be nominated was fantastic. To win was an absolute honor and absolute privilege. And it was a wonderful night, a very well put together show.
Yeah, no, congratulations. It's not lost to me because I know you don't do it for the validation and for the awards and things like that. And I know you so well, so I think that makes your performances so much better because I'm always expecting to see Craig and then you emerge as something else. In this TV space, what was it about that role and this particular production and team that brought out the best in you in this way? Why was this character just so cool?
He was the most wonderful character because he's a Jewish dad whose daughter is marrying a closer guy, and he's trying to be cool and okay with it, but he's really not. And he comes around eventually. So you can imagine there's a lot of scope for humor there. This man is totally out of his depth, and he loves his daughter, and he's trying to get come to terms with the cultural differences, and he's trying to embrace. He's trying to be open-minded. I mean, we did everything from me chasing the young groom to be around the kitchen, diving over the dining room table to launch at him sort of slapstick physical comedy, and then to some really gentle, poignant stuff, and then to some...
Oh, I feel like we've lost audio while you might be giving us the secrets to life right now. Oh, we're going to try and get that audio back. Luckily, he's got one of the most expressive faces in all of acting. Oh, we're going to hopefully get him connected again with sound. We're talking about one of South Africa's most seasoned actors. To hear him still talking about finding his feet in the television space and trying to hone those skills once you've achieved so much is incredible to me. So to Craig and all of those phenomenal South African actors, the producers, the writers, the directors that were awarded. I know you are so often connected so closely to the productions that you are doing. You don't know the impact that it has on us that are watching you, those performers that are following in your wake. So I don't think we're going to get Craig back right now, but we'll certainly reconnect with him online. Absolute legend. Craig O'Barney, one of the big winners from this weekend's SAFTAs for his role in Makoti, an absolutely brilliant South African production. We are here for that.
Sure, what an absolute legend. And we're sticking to the SAFTAs right now. Of course, this past Saturday, South Africa tuned into S3 to just have a look at the incredible talent and as they were honoured for their incredible work in the best South African television industry as they received that recognition for their hard work. I mean, the top with the coveted golden horn. We just saw that in the hand of Craig O'Barney there and how incredibly proud he looked. And of course, this morning, our fave entertainment and style influencer, Shiraz Reddy, joins us for a little red carpet review as we want you to get involved as well. We're streaming this live on our Facebook page as well. So head on over there right now and weigh in on your thoughts of whose look was a success and whose was a total hot mess. And we will be reading out your comments at the end. Shiraz, lucky to have you, my friend.
Always good to be on a Monday morning.
I always get so nervous when I get handed one of these paddles.
Me
because
too.
what do I know,
like,
really?
I feel like it's just, it's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of commitment. It is a lot of pressure. But let's move through it and take a look at some of the nights, because we know that, specifically for the SAFTA, South Africa comes and they are top dressed.
Let me tell you, and this year was no different. The best of the best came out. Some of the looks that we had were absolutely breathtaking. Zozibini Tunzi being one of them.
Yeah, let's take a look at her picture first, yeah.
I think absolutely stunning.
Oh, wow.
She had more than one look. She had 3 incredible looks. A bunch of local designers worked with her and her team to put this together. I think it's absolutely stunning. And for me, she is a huge success.
I tend to agree
across the
with
board,
you.
yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with one of them, maybe, but there's 2
Which
that
one
I
is
really
it?
love.
Which one? I want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me. And once again, not a professional.
Yeah.
Opinion. You're beautiful, Zoe, but the flower dress.
Okay.
It kind of overshadowed her.
It was
It
was a bit springy, very blue.
Yeah, I get the theme.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot.
Way
and
too
then
much
the other
flowers.
2 was very nice, slim, beautiful colors. All right. So, anyways, we'll give it a success for sure.
Yeah.
Tando Tabeto won
Yes.
Best Actress.
Well done to her firstly, and I must just say this number looks amazing on her. It's a wine red. Firstly, she's obviously coming into that moment in her life, which is really owning her career.
Yeah.
And I feel like this dress makes that statement. And she's just a gorgeous person, so a gorgeous dress for a gorgeous lady works. You know what I mean? And for me, it's again a success.
Same here.
She did really well. And on the red carpet also, it worked so beautiful. Yeah.
It looked stunning. Then we're going to move on to Lerato Mvlase, Best Actress in a TV drama. And here, what do you think?
I don't know. Actually, Viti, it's giving. I had just enough fabric to make the skirt after making the crop top. I don't know if the hair was windswept. Maybe it was a windy day there. I don't know what the weather was like in Gauteng this weekend. But all I'm going to say is that it's definitive art mess.
Yeah, I am going to agree with you. It's a very strong statement.
Yes.
But that's what we have.
No, this is
So
what we
can
have. And
go
I'm
with it.
owning it because I feel like she could have done it a little bit better. Just given
for sure.
that she's such an amazing person and she could have gotten someone to help her with that.
All right. Nelisiwe Faith Sabia, who is an actress and also coming through. What do you think? Beautiful with the goldens.
I love this. It looks like the actual SAFTA's statue, in actual fact. So maybe
it does.
she was projecting, also just putting it out there. She'd like to go home with one as an accessory. She didn't, but she does look amazing. I don't know about those gloves, though. I don't know what she was going to do with them afterwards, but all I'm going to say is I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know if that's an option, but I'm going to say...
I'll go with success.
Okay.
Because
I love how you are so
I didn't see the gloves until you pointed them out.
It's just a lot for me. Again, a lot of fabric, but I mean, I'm just gonna, who am I? I'm gonna say I'm on the fence with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You can be on the fence with that one. Next one we have, of course, is Zwide, actor. Let's see what happened here. Oh, come on, man.
Classic.
Classic,
It's giving classic,
all white.
man.
I
I love this moment. Again, a success for me.
Yes.
And sneakers on the red carpet is the way to
Come
go.
on, dude. Yeah, I love that. I really love that. He's comfortable. He can go and enjoy his night. And he looks good.
He was ready for the after party before the party even started.
He was
Good
dressed
thinking there.
for the
Forward
after
thinking
party.
on his half.
And then one of our very own, Kutle Adams.
A
TV
favourite
presenter
of mine.
extraordinaire.
Yes.
Yes, and there
She's
you
a
have it,
favourite
living her
of
best
mine.
life.
look at those arms, look at those legs. And she's like, I'm just going to come through and be elegant and just give you ladylike feelings. And that's what she did. And I love that. And she gets a success,
for this. Yes, well done, Kutle. Proud of you. Thank you very much. Teddy Geldart, the executive producer of Dope Zulu Boy. There he is. Bow tie, nice little metallic
Super
kind of
dapper.
suit, very dapper. Yes.
I love a good bow tie. A big bow tie is a great moment, and a velvet blazer goes a long way. And he made sure that he came there. He had more than one production nominated as well. And I think he's done amazing work, and he's there to celebrate and looking really cool.
Success.
A success. I think this is a successful red carpet overall.
I think so. I think we're a fashionable bunch here in South Africa, that's for sure. We have another one, Camo Moth, TV presenters. Let's see. Let's quickly look here for some of our TV presenters coming through. Okay. Lots of material.
Lots of fabric. They are very early for the Cape Town Carnival, but I'm just saying it's adventurous. That's the word. It's adventurous. It's open mind, it's open thinking, it's just out there. It's out of this world.
But what do you say?
They were late for the Met, but it's not me. I'm going to say
it was a bit much.
Mess. It was a lot, man.
I'm going to go on what he says.
It's just giving costume. I don't think it is that type of show.
It feels a bit costume. We did say that we would like to engage with you on social media. Let's quickly see what you had to say about some of these looks on the red carpet at the SAFTAs. Let's bring up those comments if we can quickly. Okay, it seems like we don't have those comments.
But it's okay. But if people want to let us know, they must know, just know that it's all love. We're celebrating in love. And sometimes when it is a costume moment, we must also celebrate those that don't have masks for their costume.
It's a hot love.
It's all of the hot, messy love.
All of it. We absolutely love it. So continue while we find those comments. Tell us who your favorite, your absolutely fashion favorites are, and who you think needs a bit of a style intervention. And then, of course, keep that conversation going on the socials at Expresso Show. But I think overall, my friend,
well done.
I think well done, because I mean, it's such an auspicious affair.
It is, and it's a big commitment to also like come out there and put yourself on the red carpet like that. And
for sure,
they did really well this year.
And for Shiraya's ready. Always a success.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, gang. We're going to take a look at more of the winners. Young Sihle Klopper, big winner from the SAFTAs this weekend. Massive congratulations to her. We're going to connect with her, find out what this moment means. And then, of course, we need a performance to kickstart the week. And we've got the phenomenally talented and just wonderful human being, Rita Lee, is here to perform just for you. You better not move a muscle.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. It's a wonderful Monday morning, and of course, the 17th annual South African Film and Television Awards ceremony. It was held this past weekend to honor and celebrate the best of the South African film and television industry, and we have so much to celebrate. But we want to single out one person in particular right now. Sihle Hlophe was one of the winners at the event, winning for Best Achievement in Directing and Best Documentary Feature for her film Lobola, A Bride's True Price. We have her on the line. Sihle, good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much for waking up early. I know that it was a big weekend for you. Congratulations on the win. First, talk to me about the experience of the 17th SAFTAs.
Well, I mean, it was just wonderful to be back in person again because we've been having the SAFTAs virtually for the last 2-3 years just because of COVID. So it was lovely to see all our peers in the industry again. It was lovely for me to see members of the team from Lobola, Bride's True Price, people I haven't seen in a long time, and for us to be together and celebrate all the hard work that we put into making this documentary.
Yeah, absolutely, because I know that a lot of hard work went into it. Congratulations on that one. Tell me about this documentary, because this is a documentary about your own documentary journey, if I can put it like that. For people who's not familiar with it or haven't seen it, quickly give us a roundup as to what exactly people can expect.
Okay, so it's my own personal journey when I'm deciding whether I should go through with the process of Lobola or not. So on this journey, I then meet other couples from different parts of the country, and I explore different steps in the Lobola process, from different perspectives. And I also talk to different people, family members, cultural experts, friends, just people that help me to come to some kind of realization so that I can decide whether to go through with the process or not, because I had some reservations. But on the journey, I discover a lot of important things about the sacred cultural practice. Obviously, I can't give you the ending because people have to watch. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's what it's about.
Yeah, but it sounds like, this is a project very close to your heart. It sounds like you've learned a lot in that process as well. And I know that taking on a project like this, which is also a very personal journey. What are some of the biggest, I think, challenges that you had to go through?
Sure. Okay, well, firstly, I'm a director, so it was like me being in front of the camera, oh no, right? So I had to overcome that. I really respect you guys that are in front of the cameras all the time. I had to be vulnerable because I had to say to myself, if I'm going to do this, then I have to go all the way, right?
Yeah.
So I had to be vulnerable. I had to find a way to include my family, both sides of my family, paternal and maternal, in a respectful way, because it is a family film. And then getting people to agree to let us film their Lobola ceremonies was also challenging because it's such a sacred, private family affair, and now it's on screen, but they understood that they were doing it to educate others, and it was an important undertaking for us to document this process as it happens, so almost like anthropologically,
Yeah.
even for future generations, so they can understand how it happens. And then, of course, funding, because this was my first feature-length documentary. I've made shorter documentaries, first feature. So, yeah, getting people on board to trust me. So thank you to the SABC, thank you to the NFVF, Hot Dogs Blue Ice Group, and Gauteng Film Commission for jumping on board.
Well, it definitely sounds like you have learned a lot, not only about yourself, but I think about the actual work and how to go about it. It just makes you stronger going forward as well. And you've created a piece of, how can I say, art, and it's an important story that you are telling as well. And obviously it's resonating with a lot of people. How does that make you feel that you've created something that people are talking about?
Sure. I mean, that's very gratifying because at the end of the day, that was the point, to have an intergenerational conversation, not only within the film, because our oldest character is a granny who's 100 years old, all the way up to young people. So the point was to get everyone in on the conversation, and that has happened, you know. And like with any piece of art, it can be quite contentious or even divisive, because some people say, yes, I agree with her, some don't agree, some have certain views about lobola, but at the end of the day, we're respectfully coming around the fireplace or the table and having a discussion, and that's lovely. So that was the point. So tick. That, yeah.
You got that tick, Sihle. Thank you very much. Congratulations on this incredible success. You've made your mark in a big way as well, and I know that we are going to see some very big things from you in the future. Thank you very much for joining us this early, and we really, from all our team here at Expresso, we wish you well going into the future.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, Sihle there. Congratulations once again on all of the SAFTA winners. The sacred and highly revered practice of lobola is explored in Sihle documentary Lobola, a Bride's True Price. Go take a look if you haven't seen it. It is a masterpiece. All right, well, it is time for a little bit of music on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday, so let's get those happy juices flowing. We have Rita Lee right here in studio performing Bergkrach.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and let's bring on all the good feelings, because joining us on the Expresso stage this morning, it's Rita Lee, the ever-gorgeous blonde-haired singer, songwriter and actress, and I'm telling you, the list is going to go on. We're going to dive into chatting more about her. She's doing something incredible and just released a brand new fire single, Bergkrach. Oh, it is something to get excited about. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rita Lee! And the energy is all here. There's excitement, there's a lot going on, but I want to talk about this new single, Bergkrach. This is something so exciting. Where did the inspiration come for this? Where did the writing and the reasoning behind putting this on paper actually start?
So I'm a farm girl who grew up in the Eastern Free State. En Bergkrach is nou nie 'n term wat onbekend is vir my nie. My eerste studentekar was 'n bakkie geweest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wat al die girls mee gery het.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah, so I think being a farm girl, and I'm riding as well, that was a big inspiration, and to also show people that we can have a little bit of fun. Nee, dit was tyd vir 'n bietjie fun, lekker pret somer sokkie treffer, en dit is waar die inspirasie vandag gekom het.
I love that, and all the gears too. Now you mentioned you're a rider as well. What did you mean by that?
I play polo.
Oh, excuse me, okay.
I try. I'm a very adventurous girl.
So horsepower in so many other ways and functional at the same time. Now, this single is something special. I believe that this has never been performed before live, right here in front of Mzansi. So we are absolutely in for a treat right now. This is a new single produced by Rita Lee. She's just delivering this right now for us live, so we are in for a treat. All I can say is, the stage is yours. Take it away, enjoy.
Thank you. Bergkrach.
Smaakverskil, jy hou van 'n tats in my droomkerk en 4 honde vat en hy langs my. Ons jag ons drome en naweek weggaan, sandbos en bome oral om my. Almal se keuses is soms vreemd, maar smaak verskil steeds en jy laat dit eerder gemaklik, so bly ons verskil want 4 by 4, 60 kilos per uur op die grondpad. Sies se hart dryf nou weg, te sag, maar aan die einde van die dag soek ek Bergkrach. Ek soek 'n freewheel drive met 'n Highlands lyf. Ek kos aan jou dag, soos my mamma altyd sê, liefkat, soek vir Bergkrach. My ma's ou skool sê glo nog, dis waar dat elke pot en deksel trek zwaar as 'n verwagting verkeerd geskep word. Hy sê dat sy jy ry voort elke dag son op en af weg toe jy kort krag iets wat jou laat sê shit voor die jare is agter my rug. Ek het dit zwaar, jy like dit nou. 4 by 4, 60 kilos per uur op die grondpad. Sies se hart dryf nou weg, net 'n sak, maar aan die einde van die dag soek ek jagersdrome. Wie ry 2 by 4, 60 kilos per uur op die grondpad. Sit se hart tref verhoog, ry te sag, maar aan die einde van die dag soek ek krag. Ek soek 'n 4-wieldryf met 'n Highlandslyn. En pad kos elke dag, soos my mamma altyd sê, nie kan soek vir paardekrag. Ek soek 'n 4-wieldryf met 'n Highlandslyn. En pad kos elke dag, soos my mamma altyd sê, nie kan soek vir paardekrag.
You kind of built like that.
Is
You got a Hilux bod. You
Yeah,
got it, my
come
friend.
now.
We love it more from Rita Lee. And she's just lovely, man. Thank you so much for bringing that energy onto our set. More from her a little bit later.
Exactly. And listen, we're going to jump into the kitchen at some point in the morning as well, making a nice little sweet treat. Macaroons. Macaroons. We're getting to that. And, of course, we're talking about some, I think, a beautiful event. The Woolworth Charity Ball took place, and it's such a special event, looking at how Woolies are really engaging the entire community, being all-inclusive, and I think it's a fantastic event as well. So we'll focus on that as well in just a little bit. Stick around.
Yeah, and money is raised. Massive amounts of money are going to come through just this one event, which we love. And then if you've been hit by the flu, the colds and flu, like you and I over the last couple of weeks, is it seasonal? Is it unseasonal? Is it all got a bit mixed up? We're going to connect with one of our most trusted pharmacists to get the lowdown on how we can deal with this seasonal flu.
Good, because I don't know anymore.
It's tough, man.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. If you're wondering why we're even more excitable than we normally are, which is saying a lot this morning, we are kicking off Hope-tober. Hope-tober is back with the inspiring words of Desmond Tutu. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. It's not something that's given to you, but something we need to strive for and foster and grow within ourselves.
Absolutely, and this month is a celebration of hope, not just for South Africa, but for our lives and the lives of all those we touch. Now, Hope-tober, made possible by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, is in full bloom, radiating hope across our beautiful nation. And oh, dude, there's so many different forms of hope for this country. And you know what, when I look at this country, and my hope for this country is for people to really and truly just understand the potential that we have. That is this country. We have a beautiful country. We have incredible people, and my hope is that the people of South Africa, you know, will really just be kind of immune to those who's trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
Yeah.
you know, and move forward and acting for South Africa in terms of betterment of this country. And that's all we want, because we want to be a better country. We have the possibility, and we are such beautiful people. So that's my hope.
Oh, man, I love your hope, man. I want your hope. I want to dip into your hope, man.
You must have hope.
And I'll tell you right now, this is the most hopeful period of our country's history. I can feel it now more powerfully than ever before. We obviously get this beautiful bird's eye view of the world and how it's moving. The world is looking at South Africa right now because we embody the best of what could be. But I'll tell you right now, I use young kids in South Africa as my baseline experience of what life is like and what we need to be worried about and excited about. Over the last few months, I've met thousands of purpose-driven young South Africans who don't care about the baggage, don't care about the past beyond what it inspires them to do in the future, but they are out there carving a path for themselves regardless of what the world says, regardless of this crazy polarized world that we exist in and all of those pressures and challenges. I see young South Africans that are just standing up and doing it for themselves. So I feel the hope now, actually, and the goosebumps are back. I probably feel more hope now than I have in my entire adult life because of that. So thank you so much, young South Africans, for refilling my cup.
Yeah, do that, man. Go, never lose hope. That's the one thing. Now, Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, are inspiring hope and giving you a chance to win 1,500 Rand cash daily for the month of October.
All you got to do, simply reply to the Hopetober competition post on our Expresso, and that's our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages, and tell us what your message of hope for South Africa is. Don't forget to hashtag Hopetober, all important, and hashtag sponsors of Brave, and that competition closes midday today. There are going to be a lot of brilliant entrants, so you better get on it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can use a little bit of AI if you want to. We don't mind, but make sure you head over to expressoshow.com to get all of those details and terms and conditions.
Absolutely. And on to something next that is quite heartfelt as well. Now, as a South African retailer, we work with them very closely. Woolworths understands the social challenges that our country faces and firmly believe that collaboration is essential to make a real impact and drive inclusive growth.
And we got the privilege of having a front row seat at their 2023 charity ball, and it was amazing. Take a look.
We are thrilled to announce that Woolworths has relaunched their annual charity ball, one of two main events that are held yearly to raise funds for the Woolworths Trust, an initiative that makes a real difference in local communities.
So the Charity Ball is one of the major festivities in the Western Cape as well as in South Africa. We have a number of activities lined up. We have a number of local young South Africans performing, the likes of Chad Simons, the likes of Asila Choir, the likes of Christy Bowes, really incredibly talented artists that will be entertaining us through the night. So we're really looking forward to it.
I'm really stoked to be this year's Woolworths Charity Ball host. I think it's an awesome event to be a part of, and it's giving back to meaningful causes that change people's lives. So anything around that for me is always really exciting.
So the Trust was formed about 20 years ago as a complete independent body from Woolworths itself that manages the various social upliftment initiatives driven by Woolworths. Success is not only about the bottom line, and success is also about giving back to the communities in which you operate and the communities in which you exist. And this is a value that forms the very core of who we are as a brand. And so the Charity Ball as well as the Woolworths Triathlon are two events that are held to raise funds towards the Woolworths Trust, which supports these initiatives.
Social upliftment is incredibly important to us. We have to, in South Africa, make a difference. We have to get involved in uplifting our community, giving people the capacity to make a difference and to get employment and to look after food security and to make sure we leave no children behind through quality education.
What I appreciate the most about the Woolworths Trust and the work that they do is that they're constantly giving back to the communities and different people and making a difference in people's lives.
Social upliftment is important to me because as South Africans, we know that we are grounded on Ubuntu. You are because I am because you are. So working and serving community makes the world a better place, even if it's just one person at a time. It makes the biggest difference where the 8 billion people are concerned.
we have an auction event, and what happens there is a number of our suppliers and our stakeholders donate incredible prizes towards the event, and these prizes then go into auction and is passed on to the highest bidder. So it's a really clever way to raise funds towards the initiatives that we drive.
Are we going to get to 100? We got a 95. Take me to 100. Show me the money. We got 100 grand. We beat last time 100,000 rand. I'm still going to do for 100 bucks. At 100,000 rand, first, second, third, and final call. Any further advance? It's yours. Woohoo!
This is so amazing to see people come together, give generously towards people that are needy. This is so amazing.
My dear friend and fellow judge, Abigail Donnelly, it's just like someone has bid 100,000 rand for her to make dinner for 10 people. How fantastic is that? And what a score for the people.
My highlight so far has definitely been my auction. I feel absolutely honored and thrilled to be able to cook for the people that bought my award. Absolutely am thrilled that I am part of Woolworths and I may be able to give back and share the philosophy that Woolworths gives back to the children of South Africa.
At 100, I'm looking at you at 120, 120, 120, I've got over there. At 120, I'm back at 140, I've got 140 over there, I'm looking at you for 160. 290, 290, 300, 310,000 new better. And they're all from one table. I'm loving this, you better befriend each other. At 330,000 rand to our underbidder from the rugby. A round of applause, you deserve it. Congratulations. Phenomenal.
We're here with all our suppliers, some of our staff. We've raised more than 4.5 million for the evening. We can't wait to use the money and dedicate it to make people's lives different. So, awesome evening, lovely opportunity, and more money for us to go and spend and change people's lives.
4.5 million rand for charity, that's incredible. If we can make a difference, 4.5 million can make a big difference in everyone's life.
An outstanding evening. I'm really, really impressed with the generosity of the audience. It's our suppliers, it's across the board, from our fashion, our beauty, our home, our foods, our logistics suppliers. It really has been an outstanding evening. Also, we're really proud of is South Africans really stand up and contribute in the upliftment of people who don't have. So I'm really proud of that, really proud of Woolworths for this evening. Great evening, and thank you very much.
We love you, Woolworths!
Help Woolworths reach their goal of #ZeroHunger by signing up for a My School, My Planet, My Village card and make the Woolworths Trust your beneficiary.
Sure. What an evening.
Everyone looked amazing.
Hey?
But I think a nice pat on the back for a team that really has built their entire ethos around giving back. It's a brand that cares about the people and aims to make a true impact in their lives, in the inclusive growth of South Africa and local communities, and that's how they run their business.
Yeah, we are proud to walk that journey with you as well, which is fantastic. All right, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, yes, it's time for another episode of the Insider Essay, and we're going to be connecting with Nadia Jafta. Yes, she's here, adrenaline junkie, self-proclaimed, and she's going to get up to a lot of stuff on the Insider. We're going to connect with her.
She's going to have to prove that she's an adrenaline junkie now that she put it out there, but it should be fun going behind the scenes of her life. Then if, like you and I, you're left absolutely confounded at the flu right now and why we are all feeling so terrible, if the seasonal flu has you in its grips, we're going to bring in Radar, one of our favorite pharmacists from Redden Pharmacy, in fact, to give us the lowdown on what we can do to help out.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. I know a lot of us feeling the pain right now. We may be exiting the winter season, but the sniffles are sticking around. And when it comes to gearing up to fight off the headaches and the fever, the aches and pains of the new season, we are here to assist, and we've got help at hand. Joining us to unpack seasonal colds and flu is pharmacist and now good friend of our show, Radar Cater from Redham Pharmacy. Buddy, thank you so much for being here.
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, great to have you here. Thank you for your advice last time, and thank you for preaching olive leaf extract, because I've been on that bandwagon for a while now, and it's helped me a lot. So thank you so much. We are going to talk about seasonal colds and flu, and when it feels like we're not in the season, but it feels like so many of us, I had it last week, Ewan had it, so many of us are just passing this around. Are we in kind of an unofficial flu season, or where are we at the moment?
So spring has finally sprung. It's October already. And with the season changes, we basically, in this time of the year, we get a lot of airborne allergens. So naturally, hay fever and those things start coming around quite often. But yeah, cold and flus, we've been seeing lots and lots of cases of symptoms of runny nose, stuffy sort of nose, sore throats coming in, and this dry cough that's just persistent. So the seasonal changes does have an effect on the viruses. Yeah, the virus loves this dry weather.
Completely, and I think the weather's just been crazy. I think it's difficult to know what season we're in because it feels like from day to day it changes. Maybe a good way to identify, because some of us do suffer from allergies, and you'll know when that seasonal kind of kick-in is happening. In terms of colds and flu, what is actually happening within the body? When you talk about the sniffles, what's actually going on?
So colds and flus, there's actually a difference, right? Both of them are caused by viruses. Okay. But colds would be more sort of mild symptoms, runny nose, stuffy nose, sore throat, whereas flu, a bit more serious, you'd have body aches and pains, and then some fever as well, and mostly a dry cough associated with flu as well.
And those aches and pains, you know, we joke about the man flu, but when it lands hard, man. You can feel it, and you just want a little bit of help. When it comes to treating, because, and I found this as a parent as well, often you just need the body to be able to do what it does. But it's difficult when you're feeling awful, man. How do you go about treating the symptoms and just feeling a little bit better?
So the symptoms can be treated in many ways. I think one of our favorite ways to help bring down the pain and the temperature is with a simple ingredient like paracetamol. I think everybody knows Panado as the GP's choice, but I'd say it's the pharmacist's choice as well.
And the parent's choice, yeah.
And the parent's choice. No, so like combination medicines with some paracetamol and antihistamine, a decongestant will definitely help with the symptoms of cold and flus. And once again, olive leaf, increase your vitamin C's, boost your body's immune system, eat lots of citrus fruit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Just do whatever feels like it's going to help your body fight back. And I think we often forget that that's the real kind of machine here. It's the body. The medication helps, but the body, our immune system, is what needs the help.
Most important.
It feels like, for me, the line is drawn when it comes to temperature. I hit quite a high temperature, which was freaky for myself, feeling how much my body was out of sorts. But with kids especially, that's when like the alarm bells go. What is a dangerous temperature? When do we need to seek help?
So it does vary slightly. I'd say when temperatures start exceeding 38 degrees, then you should start treating it at least. And if it reaches for children as well as adults over 40 degrees, then it's time to seek more assistance and speak to your doctor.
Speak to your doctor, and if you've got any questions like this, just chat to your pharmacist.
Absolutely.
Your Okie in your corner, I absolutely love it. I love the work you guys are doing in Redham. I know you've got an amazing name for yourselves.
Thank you.
And I can understand whenever we have you here. Thank you so much, my friend.
Lekker.
You can get through it. We got you. You just need a little bit of help, and helping your family becomes easier when there are experts to assist. And thanks to the power of Panado, you've always got a helping hand.
Introducing Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
All right, thank you very much, Graham. Informative there. Thanks, Farmers of Radars. Well, it is 1 minute before 8 o'clock. Let's quickly take a look at your news headlines for the last time. Starting with your national news, the civil society organisation Corruption Watch says it is worrying that criminality and organised crime have increased in the last decade. The 2023 International Index on Organised Crime shows that South Africa is one of the countries in the world where organised crime is the worst. The index shows South Africa has 7.12 on a scale of 10 in terms of crime. The executive director of Corruption Watch, Karam Singh, says that viewed against the background of the findings of the Zondo Commission, the index is not surprising, although it's still most worrying. And Parliament's Select Committee on Public Enterprises and Communication has described the cost of communication in the country as brutal and abusive towards South Africans. The committee has instructed the Independent Communications Authority, or ICASA, to deal with network companies that it says are getting away with murder, considering the high data and airtime costs. Now, ICASA briefed the committee on how it could reduce the cost of communication. The Deputy Minister of Communication, Philly Mapulane, said the department was concerned. Then making international news headlines this morning, 6 people have lost their lives and 15 others are trapped after a mine shaft collapsed in Zimbabwe. The collapse of the Bay Horse gold mine in Chegetu, some 100 kilometers west of Harare on Friday morning, left more than 30 people trapped. Now, 13 miners are said to have been escaped and rescued. Efforts to reach those who remain underground are ongoing. Mining accidents in Zimbabwe, which sits on vast reserves of gold, platinum and diamonds, are not uncommon. Now, mining methods are often rudimentary and safety standards are largely disregarded. And the US government has avoided a federal shutdown after both House and Senate agreed on a short-term funding deal. A bill ensuring funding until 17 November received overwhelming support and was signed into law by President Joe Biden minutes before a deadline. However, it excludes any new aid for Ukraine, which is a blow to the Democrats, for whom this was a key demand. Now, Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy submitted the bill in defiance of hardliners in his own party. And we'll end off on this story, if you've missed it earlier, as if being a world-famous rock musician isn't enough. 76-year-old Queen guitarist Brian May, who's also an astrophysicist, I'll have you know, recently helped NASA return its first ever asteroid sample to Earth. Now, the sample was collected from the 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid Bennu by the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft 7 years after it was launched. And after collecting the sample, it returned earthwards to above the US state of Utah, where it dropped the sample. Now, Dr. May played a crucial role in creating stereoscopic images from the spacecraft's data to locate a safe site where the precious sample could be dropped. Now, Brian, who wrote the massive hit We Will Rock You, has indeed once again did it again, rocked the world, or it's the meteor this time. Well, Dr. May, you impressed us all. Well done. That's your news stories for your Monday morning. Let's quickly take a last look at your sports.
Oh, thank you so much for that one, Ewan. Now that we all feel completely mundane, let's reinforce that by another brilliant performance by the Springboks. They secured an emphatic 49-18 victory against a very physical Tonga outfit, solidifying their quarterfinal aspirations. So despite Tonga's very spirited start, the Boks assumed command, notching tries through quite a list here. Kobus Reiner, Kanan Moody, Dion Fourie, Jesse Creel, who was brilliant coming on early, Willie Leroux, Marco van Staden, and Kwagga Smith, another brilliant replacement on the field. Tonga fought back with 3 tries of their own, but the Boks prevailed, cheered on by a very much Tonga-leading crowd of some 60,387 to be exact. The 31-point win, along with that bonus point, all important, places the Springboks in prime position for their quarterfinal berth. Then Scotland or Ireland must overcome a significant point differential in their matchup to advance ahead of the Springboks. A couple of shocks in football as well. And we start with this one. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they stunned champions Manchester City with a 2-1 home victory, ending City's perfect start to the English Premier League season. So Ruben Diaz's own goal gave Wolves that early lead, but Julian Alvarez then equalised with a free kick, while Hwang Hee-chan then scored the winner for Wolves in the 66th minute. Then in another very dramatic encounter, Tottenham finally secured the bragging rights and a 2-1 win against 9 nine-man Liverpool with Joel Matip, who had been brilliant throughout the match. His late own goal sealing the victory after Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota were sent off. And that result ended Liverpool's unbeaten start to the Premier League season and, of course, extended Tottenham's own impressive run under their new coach and team. And then we turn to cricket locally and a masterclass from New Zealand opener Amelia Kerr, who delivered a remarkable unbeaten century, leading her team to a 6-wicket victory against the Proteas women in that third and final ODI at Kingsmead in Derbs. Albeit a dead rubber, but she was a brilliant, brilliant star. Nonetheless, Kerr securing the win by striking a boundary and a single in that penultimate over. She finished with 100 not out of 117 balls, featuring 13 fours in the innings. So although it was a consolation win for New Zealand, after the Proteas did clinch that series, as I said, with 2 ODI victories, they will carry this momentum into what will be a very competitive 5-match T20 international series. And that kicks off next Friday. And then we round off with golf, and what a Ryder Cup showdown this year. Tommy Fleetwood securing a crucial half point for Europe as they regained the Ryder Cup from a very determined United States team on Sunday. But the States were under the cosh for most of the weekend. And despite a fierce American singles charge, Europe led 14-11 overall, with Fleetwood 2 up against Ricky Fowler with 2 holes left to play. Fleetwood's brilliant play on that 16th hole, ensuring Europe had an unassailable lead and a 7th consecutive home victory, with that final score being Europe 16.5, USA 11.5. But the chipping, just go onto YouTube and have a look at the chips in onto the green and how many holes were netted through that process at this Ryder Cup. Different game, different kind of athletes. We love it. But that's where we leave our sport for this Monday morning. Hopefully the road's looking a lot less competitive.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's quickly take a last look at what's happening out on the roads. Starting off in Durban and KZN, the M19 or Alpine Road intersection remains a no-go zone, and that is due to protest action. There are burning tyres on the roadway, so please avoid the area and use an alternative route this morning if you can. Then in Edenvale in Johannesburg, there's a stationary vehicle on the N3, and that's northbound before Modderfontein Road. The centre lane is closed, so please remain cautious on the roads out there. Then quickly, just an update down in Cape Town from our last update. The congestion on the N2 inbound at Jakes Gerwel Drive is now cleared. It's free flowing. But staying in Cape Town, there is a little bit of congestion on the N7 northbound, and that is at Bosmansdam Road. You can expect delays in the area as well. That's what we have for you in terms of your roads and traffic. Please be safe out there and have a wonderful day. Right now, let's quickly take a last look at your weather and temperatures. Before we get into your temperatures, a little bit of weather news and some good news at that as well. There has been immense joy and sighs of relief in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, and that's in the Eastern Cape, with the news that the province's largest dam, the Kocha, is overflowing for the first time since 2015. Now, the Gamtoers Irrigation Board says it started overflowing on Saturday, and in only 5 hours, some 5 million cubic litres of water ran into the dam. Now, dam levels have increased rapidly following heavy rain over the past week or so, and 3 other major dams supplying water to the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and Kocha areas are also overflowing, and they are the Churchill Dam, which is feeding the Impofu Dam, and the Lurie and Groendal dams. Now, the Metro has been in the grip of a crippling drought for the past 8 years, so this indeed is some very, very good and relieving news. Right now, with that story, let's quickly take a look at your temperatures. And there we have it, seeing nice and chilly morning temperatures, but it looks like those maximums are right up there with summer. Now let's quickly take a last look at those sunrise views. Good morning to Nikki. Good morning to you all the way out on KZN. Shared this beautiful picture, rays of light beaming through the clouds. Stunning way to wake up. Thanks, Nikki. Good morning to Claudine in Athlone, showing off more pink tones blasting through the sky. Absolutely blissful. Thank you very much there, Claudine. Then we want to say good morning to Anthony out in George. Good morning, Anthony. Some orange tones there he's sending through, bringing up a rather calming feel this morning for sure. Thanks very much. And then last up, good morning to Louise, who sent in this photo all the way from Auckland City. Across our borders, also, showing off the clear skies. Look at that. Sending us a nice little video of the bridge there getting down. Wow. Nice, Louise. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, taking the time and sharing with us. Looks stunning. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love it. Getting pictures from all over the world, wherever you may be watching from. Please continue to share with us. We'd love to see your parts of the world. You can do so on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863.
Thank you so much. You're now someone who is quite literally taking South Africa to the rest of the world, and I have a feeling might be the biggest social media star this country has ever birthed by the time she is finished. Nadia Jafta is going to take us inside her incredible life in the Insider essay later tonight. We're going to catch up with her in just a moment. We absolutely love her and love what she's doing at the moment. So proud. And then, of course, Rita Lee ain't going nowhere. She is going to bring us another performance, and it sounds like she's going to cover a Miley Cyrus standard that you're going to love. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. And right now it is time to find out what you can expect tonight on the Insider SA. And joining us this morning is award-winning content creator. We always love having her on the show, entrepreneur and entertainer, Nadia Jafta. She is now one of South Africa's most loved young content creators, media personalities and entrepreneurs. And we can't just wait to catch up with her. We have her right here. Here's Nadia. Look at you, Nadia. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm sad I couldn't be in studio there physically, but I suppose this will have to do.
This will have to do. Listen, it's good to see you. We can't wait to see you on tonight's episode of the Insider SA. Viewers can watch you skydiving. Talk to me. Is this something that you've done before?
You know, I didn't even get to tell my mom anything. I think she's going to watch it for the first time and experience it with me for the first time tonight as well. But it was definitely a spur-of-the-moment decision, which is the kind of the theme of my life in general. So it was perfect for me. I think really took it to the top with us one. It's going to be a really good episode.
So how was the experience? I mean, jumping out of a pretty functional airplane and then you decide to jump out.
You know, the actual jump wasn't the scariest part, funny enough. Like, just before the jump, I think going up and seeing everybody's faces and the nerves, and I was the last person to jump because of the weight distribution. So literally seeing everyone else jump out before me and was like, what? And then when I finally had to go, I think the drop was actually a 30-second free fall, but it felt like 5 seconds, honestly. It felt so quick. It was so amazing. And I think I definitely think it's something that everybody should do. Yeah, if you're not afraid of heights.
If you're not afraid, I know that I've done it before, and it's normally that build up to the point where you're about to jump out. That is the nervous part, where you're sitting in the plane and you're waiting your turn. But we can't wait to see that. You also launched, I think, kart racing. You did that with your friends and your colleagues as well. What is it about you and these adrenaline-fueled activities? Are you kind of a bit of a self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie?
100%. I think ever since Tropica, I had to kind of find different ways to boost the adrenaline. But definitely throughout my life, bungee jumping, skateboarding, ice skating, I think it's a side that not a lot of people know about me. It's kind of something I keep under the bonnet for when I need it, when it comes in handy.
For sure. Look, we love seeing your antics. We love what you're doing on the online space as well. But on a business front as well, your own company, you've launched that Ace Labs. Tell me about it. Do I say it correctly first and foremost? What is the company all about? For those who don't know it, what's behind the concept?
So to put it in short, we're a digital media agency. We're creative partners with TikTok. We go up about quarterly just to see what new features are coming to the app, etc., etc. And then we kind of build that out and cater to our clients. But we also work with brands and clients, so B2B. And yeah, so I'm more in the front end with the creative side, and then my partners are in the back end with the analyzing data and just strategic. And then, yeah, we kind of just work together and we try and make it beneficial for everybody, including creators, and building out their creative economy, because that template doesn't exist here. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of focused on building out at the moment and trying to make it sustainable for everybody.
Yeah, I love that, because, I mean, you've walked the road. I mean, you've done this before. You know exactly what you are doing, and you spotted that gap in the market. And it's nice that you bring it home, you know, helping fellow TikTokers and those in the social space really want to open some doors for them. And I love that. So wishing you all of the best. I hope it's going to go well. And I know that it's going to go well, because you are such a driving force.
Thank you. So I just wanted to add that I think, I think my partners as well, they're amazing. And I think this agency has been an amazing opportunity for me in my next journey of my life, and I'm very excited to see that through.
Yeah, no, it does take a team. I know this. I just want to quickly focus on your personal side as well. We know that you are hustling, you are always busy, but you and your partner, Xavier, I mean, you guys, what does that balance look like for you? I mean, how important is it to find that balance, to kind of shut off a little bit and just recharge?
I think it's always challenging, especially when your relationship is in the public eye, especially when your partner is in the same line of work as you. I think it's important to kind of block out all the noise if you can, and just try and focus on what's important, because I think at the end of the day, the reason why people gravitate towards us as a couple is because the genuine love that we have for each other. But we can only kind of maintain that if we are allowed to do that and given the time and space to do that. So not necessarily being in each other's faces all the time on our social medias. You know, we do have our own individual kind of brands and our own individual lives. But when we do come together, then we'd like to make it special for viewers.
I love that. I love that you're finding the time, putting your relationship at the forefront as well. Insider tonight, we cannot wait for it. In short, what can people expect from Nadia Jafta?
I think that they can definitely expect the unexpected. I mean, what's new when it comes to that? But yeah, I think it's just a fun time. I think, you know, just sit down with the family, get some popcorn. I think it's going to be a very entertaining show.
Yeah, that's so cool. Just one last question, just while I have you, because you've You know, you've walked such an interesting and a long road. You've curated like this career for yourself as well. Where you are right now, I mean, what is it like looking back and looking at all the things that you've put in place?
I think it's definitely a full circle moment. I think I'm still busy laying the foundation for myself and, you know, for my future family. I think, yeah, just giving myself grace and realizing how far I've come, but also acknowledging how far I have still to go and trying to even that out and not burn myself out.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I know it's a tough space as well to operate and you work really hard, but what we can do is we can see that you have a passion for what you do. So thank you very much for bringing that through, and we can't wait to see what you get up to tonight. Have a lekker one.
Thank you, you too.
Nadia Jafta, thank you very much for reminding us to just live in the present. I mean, she's just right there, taking every moment that's, you know, and just making it her own content creator, entrepreneur, just enjoying that work-life balance. She seems to have it down. We love it. And remember to tune into the Insider SA this evening to join Nadia and Xavier for a day and her business launch event as well.
Time to go back to Rita Lee. Rita Lee is here. She's brought some friends. Thank you for looking so good, my brother. So good to have you in our company. First performance, smashed it out the park. I understand the horsepower now. I get it.
And we need to send it to the Springboks.
100%. I love the fact that we are all in that journey together. And I say this on the biggest scale possible when it comes to musicians. I don't think you guys understand how much you've helped the rest of us who aren't musical process.
Aww.
We work through our stuff through you. We get the emotional language to be able to deal with these things, or most importantly, the inspiration on those weak moments, which is awesome. So thank you so much for being that. And I can understand why you have the following that you do as well. But it's going to become difficult to kind of follow you now because there are different lanes. So there's the acting lane, there's the singing lane. If we need a bit of physiotherapy, we can go down that route as well.
It depends on the day.
Exactly, yeah, but because you're the same person doing all of these different things, does it feel like you're manifesting or being a different person doing each thing, or are you just Rita playing out in a different way?
I think every day of the week I've got a different hat on. Then I've got my mom hat on, then I've got my artist hat on, but it is an adventure really. But yes, I do feel when I perform that there's a little bit of an alter ego that comes out. And then when I'm at home, I'm a very super organized mom who has the lists. And then when I'm at the polo field, I'm just that adventurous, no fear kind of, so it's
as you have to be, yeah.
Dynamic.
What do you enjoy the most? Because I know we work, answering your talent is one thing. And if you've got a gift as a performer, you've got to kind of do that. But it's not to say often big performers are introverts and don't like to be out there. You know, so what for you is your happiest place?
Definitely on stage.
Really? An alter ego gets some room to breathe, yeah. I love that. So for young people, because I think so many people in our kind of my generation, before your generation, there was a lane, there was a box, you kind of had to do it to tick those boxes, to have your plan A, your plan B. Yes. You're doing so many different things right now. For someone who hasn't been able to pigeonhole themselves just yet, what advice would you have for them?
I think when I used to be at school, it's exactly like you said. We grew up by, you have to choose what you have to do for the rest of your life.
And you know nothing.
No, and at 18 years old, you really do know nothing.
You're almost in negative of how much you know, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe my message would be for someone to encourage them, it's okay to change 10 years down the lane into a different job or occupation. That's exactly what I did. The first 10 years was not something that I didn't want to do. It was a great 10 years.
Certainly not wasted.
No, it wasn't wasted at all, but I'm in a new phase and I'm happy in this new phase as well. So yes, I want to encourage you, don't think that when you're 18 years old that you have to make the decision for the rest of your life. It's okay to
Most people will change their career 4 times in their life. It's going to happen, man. And at least you can do self-therapy if you injure yourself in one of those extreme performances. Just very quickly, what are you going to perform for us on the keys?
Used to Be Young from Miley Cyrus, which is quite a new song.
Ooh, I love it.
So I'll put my own little flavour to it.
Well, you can take your seat, ladies and gentlemen, a real treat here. You might know this as a standard. It is relatively new, but it's about to get a little bit of spice. It's Rita Lee on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Take it away.
Truth is bulletproof, there's no fooling you. I don't dress the same. Me and who you say I was yesterday have gone our separate ways. Left my living fast somewhere in the past, and that's for chasing cars. Turns out open bars lead to broken hearts and going way too far. I know I used to be crazy, I know I used to be fun. You say I used to be wild, I say I used to be young. You tell me time has unchanged me, that's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy, that's 'cause I used to be young. Take one, pour it out, it's not worth crying about the things you can't erase. Like tattoos and regrets, words I never meant, and ones that got away. Left my living fast somewhere in the past and took another road. Turns out crowded rooms empty out as soon as somewhere else to go. Oh, I know I used to be crazy, I know I used to be fun. You say I used to be wild, I say I used to be young. You tell me time has done changed me, that's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy, that's 'cause I used to be young. Oh, I know I used to be crazy, messed up, but God, was it fun? I know I used to be wild, that's 'cause I used to be young. Those wasted nights are not wasted, I remember everyone. I know I used to be crazy, that's 'cause I used to be young. You tell me time has unchanged me, that's fine, I've had a good run. I know I used to be crazy, that's 'cause I used to be young.
Rita Lee, baie dankie vir daardie wonderlike optrede. Right, well, this has been an incredible Monday thus far, but we are not done yet. We have a whole another half an hour with you. Stick around, we're going to jump into the kitchen for something sweet. Make your mouth water just a little bit with some delicious macaroons. No idea how we're going to put this together because it does scare me, but luckily we have our kitchen fairies that prepped everything for us. We're going to do it. So it's going to be delicious. And then we are going to be talking about how do you spend your money with regards to food. Is it after taste? Is it after what you think you should have? Is it after what you can afford? Lots of questions. We're going to talk all about that after the break. Stick around.
Add some sparkle to your Clarence shopper and help feed a child in need. Purchase 2 Clarence products and receive your shopper with 4 iconic travel sizes of your choice. Your gift with purpose. Available at clarence.co.za and participating retailers. Clarence, in partnership with Save the Children.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. We're talking about food. Yes, we all love food. It's a basic necessity, we know this, but also a major expense nowadays, a significant contributor to our health and, most importantly, one of our biggest joys in life. So, in today's Our Money Matters chat, I want to know which of these factors we consider first when putting our weekly menu together with Graham. My friend, this is a tough one because, I mean, I'm not even going to go into the way I eat, okay? I just said to you that
it's a safe place.
I feel like I failed this weekend because I didn't braai yesterday because of the cost of it. You know, you think, you know what I'm saying, and that sounds, I can't believe I'm actually saying
woe
it.
is me, yeah.
But there's a couple of questions that I'd like maybe we can answer, or you can answer. Do you shop according to your cost, health, or deliciousness? How do you generally look at your
I mean, right now, obviously, it's a slightly different journey because my family's away. I'm intermittent fasting. It's a very different approach now, but it has very much highlighted how I spend my money on food. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I've realized that for me to stay motivated in how I'm kind of building my health kind of scheme, it probably is a little bit of everything. Cost probably the most important because cost of living is incredibly high at the moment, just on every level. But when it plays out in food, we've seen price increases of like 3-4 times the price, never mind percentage added on. But you need a bit of deliciousness in there to motivate, man.
You gotta, yeah, dude, I also do strike a balance because at the end of the day, I do like to eat. You know, we all do like to eat. We like to have little treats and that. And I kind of balance it. Like yesterday, I know that I had quite a rather expensive Saturday. I took the boys out to some virtual reality experience and those kind of things. So I do trade off and see why. It's all about, you know, I think money management, I suppose.
Balancing the books.
And it does come with food as well. Didn't mean I didn't eat anything. We you know, there were specials that I looked at, and that's what I did yesterday. There were some great chicken specials at Woolies, which is fantastic.
Sometimes some 2-minute noodles, 5-minute noodles or whatever will do fine, okay?
We also got to then think about what if you throw into, you know, some convenience, you know, because you're on the go, you're busy, you're having a hectic day, you don't have the time to prep. How does it look then? Cost, health, deliciousness. I mean,
9 out of 10 times.
Deliciousness.
9 out of 10. Every once in a while, I'll order something because it feels like the healthier option. But it's a healthier option versus 3 very unhealthy other options generally. So I would say when it comes to ordering in, I'm treating myself because we don't do it often. So it'll be once a week, and then I'll do it based on our flavor and what the enjoyment we get out of it.
Look, for me, whenever I'm on the road, I am obviously looking for that convenience factor when you want to eat. But being me, I always try to do the little bit of healthy option.
Is there enough protein in there?
Is there enough? You know, read the label. Let's see what there is. Maybe a nice little wrap or a chicken wrap or something like this. So it does lean towards health for me because I know if I am traveling, if I have a full day's of work still ahead of me, I'll make sure, I want to still make sure I couldn't prep my own meal, so I want to try at least and, you know, have the healthy side. We have one more question.
We try.
Yeah, is your breakfast, lunch and dinner, is it influenced differently by these 3 factors?
Yeah, I think in general, I've kind of changed my whole mindset around when and how you eat in that sense.
Yeah, so I mean, if
but
we take
health,
a look
definitely breakfast would always be health because you want to set the foundation. Lunch, probably convenience more than anything else, but cost generally because you don't want to break the bank with like a gap filler type thing. And then dinner will be definitely health. I think that's where my nutrients load comes in. So that will probably have the biggest. But I try to cook delicious, healthy food. That's like the aim, generally. So I don't feel like I've got to sacrifice.
What are you saying?
One for
egg
the
white
other.
can be delicious.
It can be.
Plain egg white, just
if
like
you've
that.
eaten enough of them, no, it can't. It can never be delicious.
No, but I mean, maybe this is something for
a bit of chili flake in there. You
know? Yeah, at home, maybe you guys can think about it. If you think about, you know, really focusing on the health aspect when it comes to your breakfast, do you kind of, you know, flip it to the other side when it comes to dinner?
Yeah.
You know, where you go like, okay, well, I had a healthy breakfast. Now I'm going to go with the delicious side.
Well, I've only got 2 minutes for lunch. Do I need to squeeze in? Oh, it's fine. I can just quickly have a gap filler there and do that.
Yeah, so it's a lot to think about, eh? But I do think that between you and I, we do tend to, it seems like we strike a balance.
Yeah, trying to.
Trying to at least, and trying to eat healthy as well. Make it still delicious. You can, and still keep it within the budget. It is the story of our lives. It really is. It's all that balance. So to help ease the financial burden of our grocery shopping, the Nedbank's My Goals account will give you cash back on all your groceries, no matter where you shop or what you buy. I think this is a fantastic deal. And to view all of the benefits that this account offers, you can visit nedbank.co.za. Happy balancing out there.
Check this. This My Goals Plus account gives you cash back on groceries and 25 cents back per litre at BP. That's lit.
Lit in 2023.
Now we are back in the kitchen because we want to whip up something truly delicious. We are here for sweet treats. I know, yes, we said we're going to try and start the day with a nutritious, healthy breakfast. So this isn't breakfast. This is a treat for a little bit later in the day. And we're going to pack it in our little bucky. And then I'm going to enjoy it once my fast finishes later today. Much like the Savannah's beauty, we know those colors seamlessly weaving its way into nature's tapestry. Plascon has artfully brought the essence of spring into our homes through their beautiful, vibrant spring color palette that is transforming spaces. Well, today we are taking the colors into the kitchen and onto your plates with mouth-watering coconut macaroons.
And they've got such a lovely color as well.
Oh, it's the best of all worlds. You've got the chewy, kind of soft toffee-like center. You've got the caramelized crispy outside. You've got the desiccated coconut. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful, but I have no idea how to make these, buddy. So I understand you do this like every day.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Listen, when I hear the word macaroon, I get scared automatically because it feels like it should be a mission when you say something like macaroon, but it's not. So we got some egg whites. Okay. And I'm gonna beat them till they are stiff. Okay. Come on, let's get it.
Peaks. Absolutely love it.
It would help if my machine would work.
You can do it.
There we go. Got it.
See, together we can achieve anything.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what you can do is we have few ingredients. Condensed milk in there.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't understand. So I know I go on about condensed milk every time we have it on the show, but from the boarding school days, condensed milk was like white gold. If you had condensed milk, you could run the school, literally.
I'm still a fan of condensed milk and coffee, dude.
Oh, buddy.
All right. Some salt.
Vicky, salt. Okay. All of it.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
It's prepped.
Yeah.
That's how much we need. Here we have some vanilla. Yes. Now, of course, this is the paste, right?
Oh, big guy.
It's the best thing in the world. But like we just spoke in our previous segment, if you are looking for that balance, you can go for something like your vanilla essence. Okay.
This has got the vanilla seeds in it, which I love. So you get those little flecks as well. But I think the flavor intensity is just on a different level.
Mixing that nicely now. And then not all of the coconut.
Okay.
Just start putting it in slowly, just to break it up a little bit. Okay. And the egg whites, you want to get to what we call a stiff peak stage. Okay. All right, let's see where we are. Hang on. Are we there yet?
You could just make coconut ice
like this. It looks like we are there. I'm going to give it like one more round. There we go.
Okay, this is quite icky and sticky. It's quite firm already.
Just
a bit more, is that enough?
Just put a little bit more.
Just a bit.
Okay, good. Because these macaroons are quite coconutty.
Yeah, and I love that because it's going to add to the toffiness, but when you toast coconut, obviously the flavor profile is on.
Oh, look at that, buddy.
Well done.
And now we're just going to kind of fold it all together.
Okay.
And I really do hope that this is going to work.
Condensed milk all over me.
Which you don't mind.
Yeah, it's all adds to the flavor.
And now we're just going to fold it in because we obviously don't want to break the air. That's it.
Nice. Is there a mindset, a method that you
just don't overmix? Just don't overmix.
Slowly. That's slowly.
Yeah. So what I normally like to do is from the outside, you know, you kind of fold it in and then you scoop it up from the bottom again. Okay. You don't want to really overdo it. There we go.
That aeration is important. In fact, this is a great starting point if you want to create your own macaroons. And these coconut macaroons, they are bathed in Plascon's earthy spring savanna color palette. Just look at that. Only nature could duplicate that. And you can capture the essence of nature's warmth and serenity in every delightful bite. And I'm certainly going to try and do that. The gentle cream hue of the rain, the slicker color echoes the tranquil expanses of the savanna, invoking a sense of serene vastness in your living space. Imagine being able to open up one of your living spaces like that. Okay, we had a critical phase here where you are...
So we're just going to dollop that down there?
I was going to say plopping. You're dolloping.
Or plopping.
I like that. Looked like a dollop.
Yeah.
Buddy, those look perfect. You've absolutely retained all of that peak from the egg whites. Well done.
And now we just...
You know your way around an egg white, bro.
I told you, no joke. I'm very familiar with an egg white.
You did. We joke. You see, we were saying earlier that you cannot make egg whites taste amazing. Well, we might just have figured out a way to make them taste absolutely exquisite.
And then listen, just like this, into the oven, 180 degrees. Up until they are nice golden brown, just like those. Get that savanna color going.
And I think, it's a lot more forgiving than you think. The fact that you're going to get that kind of soft, chewy interior, but the crispy outside, I think this really is the perfect way to kind of break into the macaroon territory for the first time. Absolutely love it.
There we have it. That's a macaroon, and then afterwards, give it a bit of a dusting of your coconut, and you're away with some little delicious snack that you can take to work.
Yeah, I'm going to put them all in a bucket and take them home with me for later. Absolutely beautiful. If you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, head over to expressoshow.com and enjoy. I'm very proud.
I know, right?
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
So we saw a certain golden horn just make its way into studio, part of our broader Cordova family, of course. Tropica, Island of Treasure, won a very coveted award this past weekend. We're going to chat to our team, the guys behind the scenes. Michelle Sansom hopefully is going to be joining us for that chat, but an incredible achievement. We are so, so proud of our brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Stick around. We have also one more performance of Rita Lee that will take you into the rest of your Monday. So we have a couple of minutes, good feel-good minutes left with you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stick around. We'll be back.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Wow. SAFTA 17, Best Competition Reality Show. Oh, it's got a bit of weight to it as well. This is quite an achievement. The Golden Horn has found a new home. Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars won a SAFTA for Best Competition Reality Show at SAFTA 17. And we have got Clover's Business Unit Head of Beverages, Myantha Roo, joining us via video call to chat about what has been an incredible journey, an all-star journey, and a wonderful achievement to cap it all. Myantha, congratulations, my friend. How good does this feel?
Graham, it feels amazing. You can see by the smile on my face that this award means so much to me and so much to my team and so much to Clover and Cordova. You know, it's when you say it's been a journey, it really has. We have produced 4 seasons of Tropical Island of Treasure with Cordova, and every season that we produce, we always say our dream and goal at the end of the season is to win a SAFTA, because that's one of the highest accolades you can win in South Africa for production of this magnitude. And all I can say is that I am so proud and so happy to have won this award, and so proud of the team behind the work of the show.
No, completely. And many are my brothers and sisters here, and I've had the opportunity to work in little spurts with your team. We know the amount of effort that goes into this, the metrics, all of the consumer-driven stuff that needs to be answered. So when you get to step from that side, from your world, into TV land, and experience this kind of validation up against some major players, this has got to be one of the most competitive sections, I think, at the SAFTAs, because South Africans love reality TV. How have you got this right? What is it about Tropica Island of Treasure in its current mode that is working so well, do you think?
Firstly, I think this is one of the first branded content, or if the only branded content show to have won a SAFTA, which I'm extremely proud of. But what we have done correctly is, I can say that we've remained consistent. We've brought our brand messaging across extremely strongly. Every year when we do the show, we do it every second year, but every year when we do a season and we plan for the season, we say to ourselves, how can we do this better? How can we improve ourselves? How can we improve the show and put ourselves in the best position to win? And that's what we've done. Every year we've made the show better, bigger, and I guess in the All-Star season, it all came together, and that's how we won this award.
From top to bottom, absolutely brilliant. I know the crew that goes there to shoot this and the lengths that they go to, the production team working behind, how hard your team has to work, how amazing Kat was stepping back into that space. The all-star celebrities, everyone delivered. It takes a village, undoubtedly. For something like this, it almost feels like it's impossible until it's done, because it takes so many working parts. How proud are you of your little team right now? If you had to think of the in-house effort that has gone into this, you must be feeling so good and validated by you and your little team around you.
You know, I am super proud, Graham, and I can say is that, you know, when we start the journey, we always say to ourselves, we have to be the best team, because the best team is the winning team, and the best team is what puts this production at the forefront of TV. And definitely, I'm super proud of them, and I'm super proud of the production team. You know, when you're on set in a foreign location and everyone has to wake up early, it's grueling. It's you're standing in the sun. It's hot. It's long hours. It's working with a diverse group of people, with the celebrities, the consumer contestants, making sure everyone is happy. And truly, when you have the best brand team and you have the best production team by your side, making sure that everything comes together in the best way possible, that's what makes this production the best that it can be in South Africa, by having that dream team.
Yep, the best in the land, bar none, baby, bar none. It's a golden horn. Oh, it does beg the question, though, my friend. After an all-star season like this, an award-winning season, how do we top that? What is next for Tropica Island of Treasure?
As I said, we sit around the table, we review how we can make ourselves better, and that's what we're doing for the next season. We will be having a new season in 2024, which I'm happy to announce. And for that, we will be bringing the best of the best. I mean, how can you top the All-Stars? But what I can tell you is that we have some ammunition in our guns, and we're ready to fire. And you're going to see the next season is going to be even bigger, even better, and definitely smoother, and definitely on top line of Tropica.
Out of all of the awards won on the night, this is the smoothest bar. Now, Miantha, to your amazing team, to those who have been working together throughout this, to my amazing team that joined you guys, well done. We could not be more proud. Congratulations. I want to say enjoy it, but I know you guys don't rest on your laurels. You're probably having that meeting to discuss the next season right now, and you've just taken a 5-minute break, so you can go get back to that. But send all of our love to all of your team. We're really proud of you guys. Thank you so much for walking this journey with us.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you so much to Cordova Productions for bringing it all together.
And they really did. I think I'm most proud of the cameramen and the crew that I get to work with every day on this amazing show that went out there and literally shot 17, 18, 20 hours a day in ridiculous heat with amazing, amazing conditions around them. Just beautiful stuff. Congratulations to Tropica Island of Treasure. They are the winner of SAFTA's Best Competition Reality Show. Look at it. Beautiful.
Ah, that is good news. We are so ecstatic for that entire team. Congratulations once again. Graham, get in here, my friend. All right, so if you love your home gadgets like we do and our smart tech, then you will love this. With a brand new Vodacom Enhanced feature, you not only can add wearable tech to like smartwatches and buds to your plan, but now you can also access a wide variety of really cool Xiaomi smart home tech like video doorbells, vacuum robots, air fryers, even smart lighting.
Yeah, just go and check out like Grant Hines or Zoe's kind of social media pages if you want to see the kinds of stuff that you can get up to.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
So what we've done is I've gathered the team, like myself and Graham.
We are a team.
We are a team to find out what we'd like to enhance our home setups with. So first and foremost, let's take a look at a picture.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at this picture. What stands out for you, first and foremost? What catches your eye?
Oh, you did this to me a while ago, and I think I've got some even more added bonuses. I don't know anymore. I actually really want the vacuum and the pet feeder just to see how my crazy menagerie of pets would deal with tech like that.
Yeah,
especially the vacuum cleaner.
There's something about the vacuum cleaner that does attract it. I just don't know.
Like I've never. I
know. So the vacuum cleaner, the pet feeder, and I will certainly look at something like. Oh man, air fryer. I can never have too many air fryers. I love air fryer.
Something about that water fountain makes me feel like I'll be healthier if I have it in my house. Look, but I think you need the whole ecosystem. You need the whole...
I was about to say, are we only allowed to pick one?
Actually, they only work best together. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so now the question. Okay. When it comes to home improvement, which is the biggest priority for you? And you at home can get involved as well. Is it entertainment? Is it safety? Is it cooking? Or is it cleaning?
Sure, that's a tough one. I suppose we should have thought about this before picking our appliances.
Hey. I know.
Is the overall well-being a choice? I think the cleaning is a big thing, having 2 young kids. I find like 90% of our energy is spent every day just cleaning up and then watching the kids mess it up as we're cleaning it up. So maybe the cleaning would actually...
But then again, there's safety.
Yeah. Kids are not safe. They're crazy, man. I don't know. No, it's a tough choice. What about you, bud?
Kitchen appliances.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah.
Because your kids can look after themselves now.
Yeah.
No, well, they actually...
Yeah. No, they can't.
They're going to be silly.
But there's so much to choose from. And I think it really comes down to what it is that you need. And that need can be fulfilled because there's the option for it now. So on a very exciting note, you stand a chance to win another 3,000 Rand with Vodacom. And if you could choose between a video doorbell, a smart lighting, or the smart speaker, which one would enhance your plan with, or which one would you enhance your plan with? So what you can do is you can share your answer with us on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages using that hashtag #EnhanceWithVodacom, and you could be our lucky winner. Who knows? And of course, for all the T's and C's that do apply, you can find it on our website, expressoshow.com.
I think we might need to bring up those pictures again so we can make it. I need to change my choice.
Oh, I just don't know. It's a tough one. You guys always do this to us.
Mzansi, enhance what you love. Add more of what you need to your contract. Choose from a range of enhanced options in-store or online. Further together, Vodacom.
All right, so
a few moments left to save with you.
I can't believe it. It's been such a lekker Monday. It's been we really eased you into this week, which I feel is great. But we still have a bit of a lach coming around. All right, we have a lach of the day.
Every Monday needs a luck of the day, and it needs another performance from the incredible Rita Lee. She is standing by just for you. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ah, welcome back.
Yes, we are. We are back for another couple of minutes. So let's quickly get into our lach of the day before we round up this Monday morning with the performance by Rita Lee. So have you ever wondered, right, what steps you need to follow when you do your absolute best, but not according to somebody else's standard? That's our lach of the day. Let's have a look.
Big kick, big kick. You gotta do a big kick. What is that? Big kick. You have to have a big kick. You have to have a big kick to get your body flat against this mat. Big kick.
0 to 100.
That does kind of echo my own approach to most physical things. Hopefully that gave you a luck of the day, and if that hasn't improved your mood, maybe this will.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso here in S3, and joining us, as you know, is award-nominated, should be award winner, but that's still coming, singer and songwriter, as well as an actress, actually everything, Rita Lee. And you've heard some really great songs, like Per de Krach was amazing earlier. I know there was good horsepower in that song for some reason anyway, but now that you released that song, what's next?
Always new music. Daar's altyd nuwe musiek waarmee ons besig is. Elke 3-4 maande wil ons maar ietsie nuuts daar uitsit. En definitief, this year I was privileged to be part of a musical for the first time, and I think that was a big dream come true. And
which musical?
Die Kaplyn. It was about the border war. But yeah, it was an amazing. We want to actually bring it down to Cape Town. We should do that.
I feel like you should be waiting for more culture down here. But I did some stalking, research, sorry. And I heard that there's a certain performance of Rikus Nal coming up. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I see. I know all these scoops. You're welcome. So what's that about?
So my parents farm in the Eastern Free State.
Yes.
I grew up there on a cherry farm, which was very special. And as a teenager, we worked for my mom every year at the Cherry Festival.
Wow.
And we handed out all the shots and the liqueur. But now, tables have turned a little bit, and I get to perform at my mom's Cherry Festival with Rikus Nal. So that's in November.
That is the best story ever. And now other people hand out the shots.
I might still work a little bit beforehand.
This is really great. And I think this performance is going to be the cherry on top. And I'm looking forward to it. This is a wonderful track. And in my best Afrikaans, this is Pink's lekker liedjie net vir jou op Expresso, bedek my in sonskyn. Net vir jou met Rita Lee.
I've been dreaming, friendly faces. I've got so much time to kill. Just imagine people laughing. I know someday even if it's far away. Get me through another day. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, and everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine. From a distance, all these mountains are just some tiny hills. Wildflowers, they keep living while they just standing still. I've been missing yesterday, but what if there's a better place? Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, and everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, and everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine. La la la.
Nada.